It's been brought to my attention that your ratings are dying now. Well, that ought to show you what a big asset I was to you, and how. You thought you could find somebody good enough to fill my baggy pants? It ain't easy. There ain't no chance I'll ever be coming back. Outside of considering a lucrative contract. If you want to know what'll save you from shutting that transmitter down, why, that's easy. Sure.
All you need is Mo. All you need is Mo. All you need is a show.
These are old time slots only got you today. Despite that, my ratings have bottomed out in this tank. Which radio has a revolving door for the gayest of the whores as
all you need is Mo.
Now take it.
All you need is Mo. All you need is a show.
You fight away something. Jack told me to give you this.
What?
You see? What are you going to do, fire me, huh?
Like old times.
Oh, man. It is just like old time, isn't it?
That's good stuff.
It is great stuff. Every once in a while, there's like a classic that just will live on forever, and that's one of them. You know? You just mark it down mentally.
Yeah, you're right about that.
There's a classic that'll live forever. Kind of like some of these great young sportscasters.
Like who?
I don't know. Like Dave Van Boring. Oh, he's not that young. 702 votes on today's poll already. I think we got that 1,000 licked. I think we're in. That's and I didn't really hear Hank say that they're going to have, like, Ira Windbag on again, did he? He didn't really say that.
You know you heard that.
It must have been a dream.
No.
Oh, we got some, speaking of a nightmare, bad news from Iraq. The number of U.S. military deaths, well, that all depends on who's counting, you know. Number of deaths has reached 2,500. The Pentagon said today, more than 3 years into a conflict that finds, well, you know, goes on and on. We got Abu Musab, we got al-Zarqawi, and we got all that good information. We got them computer disks, and we got all these, and they're rounding up some al-Qaeda bad guys, et cetera, and so on, which is kind of stupid that they're telling people that because it makes you think, number one, that it's a PR move, and number two, that they're playing their hand. You know, they're showing a hand to the world. Wouldn't it be better if they just kept their mouth shut as opposed to saying, well, we know where they hang out, we know where they have their meetings. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that would be the right thing to do.
Oh, well, we don't want to do that. We don't want to set a precedent for that. Well, we asked yesterday, and look at this. I didn't even check this out because, see, when I change the poll, generally every day, number one, it's sometime that I'm home, obviously, and number two, more important than that, is whenever Eric puts the other one up there.
Right.
After I fax it to him about 80 times and give him the message that, come on, change it already, fatso. But anyway, so I changed it, and I printed out the one from yesterday, and I didn't even look at it. What's the best evidence there is no God? 1,364 votes, and looky, here comes Cookie, as McInerney used to say, and we still don't know what that means. None, no evidence there's no God, because there is a God, 271, 19.8%. What did I say yesterday? Want to keep it under 20% would be quite an accomplishment?
And so you did.
Holy moly. That proves there is only...
Oh, God!
Half the world is starving, 245. Maybe God doesn't care about that. Maybe he just wants everybody to be on the Karen Carpenter diet, the Kate Moss diet.
Feed them.
I don't know. Although you're not going to be starving today. Now, we got Tommy today or what?
Yes, sir.
You know Tommy wasn't going to
question.
I know. It's a stupid question because we got Ruth Chris coming with food today.
That's right.
So Tommy is there acting like real enthusiastic, putting on a good act. Bad things happen to good people. Look at us. Look what happened to us, man. Just since the beginning of the year, look what happened to us. 243 people said that. No one has ever seen God, 206. I bet he looks like Charlton Heston without the spandex pants, don't you think?
I
Big,
can see
burly-looking guy. Maybe he looks like Sean Connery, think? Or maybe he looks like Pee Wee Herman. John Lennon has been murdered and Michael Bolton lives. 189 people said that proves there's no God. And I still say that. I like the other one about Karen Carpenter died from anorexia. Mm-hmm. And what's her name lives on. I can't even think of her name now. Gloria Estefan. Well, I'm trying to, block it out. I hate this poll, 125, a mere 9.1%. Joyce Fitch, 52. She should have done better than that. She's living proof, that bitch. And prayer seldom gets answered, 33. Why do you think that got so few votes?
Maybe people aren't praying hard enough.
No, but wouldn't you think that would be proof right there? I mean, they're always praying to their God, whichever God it happens to be, the God du jour. 2,500 dead Americans in Iraq. Any interest? Anybody care? Anybody whipped up into a frenzy? Anybody like rioting and protesting in the streets?
No.
Anybody saying Ganoog with us already? No. It just goes on and on. It's kind of like the situation here at QAM. And see, what they're doing is they're Joe Biden their time, because they realize that tomorrow's my last day before summer vacation and then that summer schedule. And so they're just figuring, well, we'll get him off our back. He's going away anyway, and just keep the same old stale copy on there. And this new guy that's doing it, he may be a very nice guy, this Christian guy. I think George has a thing for him.
What does that mean?
No, he's telling me what a wonderful guy he is. I don't know.
Well, you give people the benefit of the doubt, like right when you meet him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, like Joe Bell. I heard so many wondrous things about him, too, in the beginning. Oh, my God, this guy is great. He's a radio guy. Oh, my. But anyway... And this guy, well, he knows about making a log. I mean, I dropped better logs this morning than this guy will ever make. Why don't we just do the same spot back to back, over and over, side by each? How does that sound? WQAM, hello. See, you only got the last. What the hell was that?
That's a great call right there.
I know what it was, but what happened to one syllable now? That's bad. That was very, very weak. Is that how we're going to spend today and tomorrow? We actually, when you stop and think about it, this week, the first 3 days of this week, I mean, we've had, the usual idiots, but we've had a certain number of calls that have been just beyond belief.
That would be a good, that's such a good way to put it.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Almost as memorable as that all you need is Mo. Not quite. It's going to take a lot for that. This story, I think, is as memorable as that. I bet you Joyce ain't going to be too happy about this story. And back in the day, I'd have some interesting sound effects to drop in on this story, too. But I don't think we can be doing that right now. Let's see if I can find one. Can't find them. They're in here somewhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't search.
Huh?
I wouldn't search for them.
Oh. Uh-oh. What? Did you hear something? That was Tommy. That was a pre-Ruth Chris squeeze. I'm telling you, I can smell it all the way up here. Caracas, Venezuela. Boy, that's a perfect place for it, too. Oh, don't ever go there. Wow. Scientists in Venezuela said they've invented a new user-friendly bean that produces no gas. All right. So you see, we don't have to worry about not playing farting sounds anymore, because pretty soon nobody's going to be farting anymore. Do you know, I once read, I don't know where, it's that business about they say, whoever they are. They say this, they say that, they. But I once read that if you didn't fart, you'd, explode. No, I'm serious. I mean, your body continues being full of gas, and all that stuff keeps fermenting in your colon.
Yeah, but I mean, how long can you hold it, really? It's going to seep out.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm pointing out. If you weren't able to release it through your
rectum,
through that Uranus, you would explode. And we got some people around the building who I think are on the verge of that. Anyway, the team of scientists from... I'm really excited about these new... Before I go on about the farting thing. Where the hell's that deal? I already played it at the Open this morning, but it's worth playing over and over again. And the funny part of it is I played it for you this morning, and then all of a sudden there, on the rejoin on Hank's show, there it was again. So I guess the big O is really, he's got Joe's ear now.
Where do you find Napoleon Kaufman and the pimples on your ass?
No, that's not it. Here it is.
W.
You.
Yeah, see, I guess that's it. If we shout loud enough, I guess that's going to do it.
That's the replica, sounds like to me.
Wow. That's the new deal now. I guess, like I said, that great broadcaster who's on when most everybody's asleep, the big O, he's got the ear of management. The team of scientists from Simon Bolivar University in the capital of Caracas said they've discovered a way to remove the agents in beans that cause gas. The process also increases the legume's nutritional value by 97%. How do you like that? I don't like beans, though. I'm trying to think of any kind of beans that I like. I don't mind, green beans. String beans, they're okay. Nothing special. Like if you go to a nice, like maybe Ruth Chris today will bring in some nice string beans. Some veggies on the side with a steak.
That would be nice.
Usually when you go to a nice restaurant, on the side where you get chicken or steak or something like that, there's always, the veggies of the day, and there's string beans.
Usually got the nice baked potato.
Yeah, but also that. No, nothing nice about a baked potato. That's one of those deadly nightshades. Anyway, in developing countries, beans are a cheap and important way to add protein to the diet. And potatoes, of course, are loaded with carbs.
I love it.
Even more than that olive oil. That was a good call last week. That was great.
Yeah.
However, sometimes people avoid beans because of gas, because they don't want to offend Joyce. Gas is caused, now here you go, gas is caused when the bacteria in the large intestine break down the food. When the food is high in fiber like beans, gas is formed. The scientists said fermenting the beans with a friendly bacteria drastically reduces the amount of gas in your system. The scientists have patented the rights to the research and its results and are studying ways to put the new beans on the grocery shelf. They said the costs for the process are very small. Well, thank God for that. We can all go to Taco Bell and have a big smile on our face as opposed to that sour look you have in the crowded elevator. There's one spot here, man, that is so good. It's for, I think, Rogers Cable. I've told you about that. And they're all in the crowded elevator, and this guy starts farting, and the woman, like, shrivels up her nose, and she's got that nauseated look on her face like she's going to, like, swoon, you know?
Oh, well, next time it's on, play the audio.
Really? I thought you liked your job. Okay, here's today's poll. 750 votes, and guess, you know something? We could put Ann Coulter on a poll every day, and she'd win, no matter what it was, as long as it's something really full of hate, negative. Who do you think is the most self-hating gay celebrity or politician? Now, of course, most of these people, I don't know if none of these people except Alice are out of the, and Andrew Sullivan. They're the only ones that are out of the closet. But the other ones, I think it's a no-brainer.
Well, Tommy Cruise is in the closet.
Yeah, with John Travolta. I didn't put John Travolta on there because at least he's not holding a press conference every week to announce that he's not gay. Anyway, Ann Coulter, 271. Man Coulter with that big Adam's apple, self-hating dyke. What am I listening to now?
Hang on, let me go in the other room and tell him to shut it off.
All right, Tommy just had your return on. No big deal.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you were getting feedback from the main studio.
No, I wasn't getting feedback. I was hearing Hank doing a spot.
Yes, you were, but now you're not. No worries.
Well, what does that mean he had my return on?
Your return, basically, so you can hear the feed when we do,
from the other studio.
Exactly, when we start the show.
Well, Hank's cutting the spot for Calder, it sounds like. I mean, it's not like he's having a hell of a time with it. Anyway, Ann Coulter, 271. Tom Cruise, 135. I hate this poll, 88. Of course you do. Matt Fudge, she's got 83, from the Fudge Report. Condoleezza, 67. She's another one that's married to her work. Married to your work means gay. Mary Cheney, 60. Boy, you talk about a sellout. Alice Rantel, she's only got 13. Small potatoes. Charlie Crist, who wants to be the first gay Republican governor of Florida, 12. Andrew Sullivan, 12. And Miss Mark Foley, another Republican from West Palm Beach, 9. That's what we got so far. We got over 700 votes already. We got it made in the shade. That was kind of a shock there all of a sudden, right in the middle. Miramar. The humper is going on. Miramar. I thought we were going to take a caller for just a second, didn't you?
Thought so.
Let's go to Miramar. QAM, hello. QAM, Miramar.
Neil, how's it going?
Okay.
Listen, I agree with you about Ann Coulter, but you got to be, she's hot as hell.
Oh, yeah, she's hot as hell. Huh? Hell is the word, man. If she's hot, thank God that I'm an old fag, okay? Good golly. 14 past 10, of course, you heard that little bit of it. He sounded a little bit like the Big O. He had a little bit of that Spanglish baby talk sound to him, Mm-hmm. You know what that means, don't you?
You fairy.
Lobster Fest is back every Friday through Sunday at the Emerald Coast, the best Chinese buffet in South Florida with 3 locations for you. There's Emerald Coast in Sunrise, Pembroke Pines, and Sunny Isles Beach. And this week is a perfect time to schlep Dad along to the Emerald Coast to give him a real treat for Father's Day. Take Dad out for that special dinner this weekend at the Emerald Coast. Over 100 different items featured on the Emerald Coast buffet, so try them all. Start out with 6 gourmet soups, then go for the New York steak grilled to order just the way you love it, juicy and delicious. Hand-carved prime rib. There's a sushi bar and all the traditional Asian dishes you love, as well as a salad and shrimp bar, and you won't even know what to eat next at the Emerald Coast. There's so much food. And their dessert bar is spectacular during the week, but on the weekends, be sure to check out the 40-inch chocolate fountain. It'll make your mouth water as you hand-dip those strawberries, marshmallows, cheesecake, other decadent treats, and loads of milk chocolate for dessert. Boy, you'll waddle out of this place, man. Dad'll have a big smile on his ugly puss, a perfect ending to a real feast at the Emerald Coast, which uses, by the way, only healthy cholesterol-free canola oil and never any MSG. And no, none of that crap like some of the restaurants right next door to the building there. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to use the initials. Bring the whole family to the Emerald Coast this weekend, and especially make reservations for Father's Day this Sunday by calling 954-572-3822. A lot of imitators out there, but there ain't nothing like the Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet. 954-572-3822.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM. Rock solid.
All right.
of living out of control. Corporate pulls at the regulation. Traders get a free pass to roam. Like Karl Rove, fully guided information on playing your loyalty to this service and dying. You'll follow them into hell. Whoa, get hate and lie. You're under their mind control. Get hate and lie. It's you that they're holding, and they're holding your soul. But life is about a war. That ain't no war. It's an occupation. Flooding babies in half-court cries for the Uber ride in a defenseless nation to fight. You don't speak out about criminal lying. Good Christian soldiers from hell. Well, dead, hate, and lie. That's the Republican way of life. Dead, hate, and lie. You let them keep running your life. Dead, hate, and lie. They got all of you under control.
Absolutely.
Dead, hate, and lie. You American Idol, lazy cow, potato.
I think if we played just that new QAM sounder and all you need is Mo until 2 o'clock, we get a 90 share. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think so.
I think since the production director is sitting with us, he might add it, over the real thing. Sounds just the same.
Yeah, only it's got like a little of the Mo factor in there. You've heard the O'Reilly factor. This is like the Mo factor in there.
That's
whatever he does in there.
That's just a touch of greatness.
It is. He's touching it. Maybe it's dingleberries. 770 votes on the poll. I think we're going to make that 1,000 again today. I do believe that. Let's take a look at that schedule. The Marlins in extra innings, they won again last night. Holy moly, rat man.
4 in a row.
They have won 4 in a row. They won 6-5 on an error by those sinking Braves. The Braves are sinking and stinking.
Yeah, they're turds.
And I'm sure both of you guys watched that hockey game last night.
I got to tell you, I saw the overtime.
No.
I swear.
Overtime, power play, Carolina. Moving out.
Let's play some hockey highlights.
Here's a break. And it's running. Scores! Oh! A short-handed goal for Platani in the Edmonton Oilers. Come out of the box.
Right.
They're out on the ice. And they are celebrating a huge win here tonight in Raleigh, North Carolina.
And that's good. Old Bob Cole. At least he knew what city he was in last night. That's the step in the right direction, Coley. Anyway, so Edmonton, amazingly, pulls it out. They didn't look like they were going to, it looked to me like it was curtains. And my buddy Ray Whitney had another goal last night for the Hurricanes. Attaboy, Ray. Shave off that stupid beard, by the way. It makes you look like crap. But anyway.
That guy who passed the puck before it got stolen.
Yeah.
The guy ought to be shot. Because he just
Stillman?
He
lobbed
Stillman. He just gives
well,
it
no,
a little
that was Eric Stahl that lost the puck. It was just it wasn't his fault though. It was a stupid pass right at the blue line that got intercepted.
Blew it, yeah.
And Paisani, good Italian boy, goes in there and bada bing, nice shot. And just when Edmonton looked like they were done, all of a sudden they came back. Just when they thought they were out, they got pulled back in. So the series goes back to Edmonton tomorrow night. That's the big game. Of course, tonight in South Florida, everybody's whipped up about, and we got that panel on there again. I thought Mad Dog said he would never have guests on his show.
Actually, he's been having guests for a while now.
Yeah, I know that. And it seems to me that he must have really wimped out. They must have deballed or declawed the Mad Dog. That's no wonder he's got a one share there. That's bad. Because, he realizes, just like some of the rest of us realized the law many years ago. The guests are like, you're already narrowcasting. Now, if the audience isn't interested in whatever this stupid-ass guest like Ira Windbag, well, what's he going to say about the game tonight? Huh? Is he going to say anything that's going to, educate you about this game tonight?
No.
That it's a must-win and bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop, and whatever else, Of course not. You've heard him say the same crap 80 million times. Plus, he sounds like a little girl, like that, We already got that this afternoon. Well, anyway, here's that schedule. Geldy, 2 to 4, of course, because he and Robert are doing it. Mad Dog, 4 to 6:30, and he's got that panel. I don't get that stuff on my schedule because I guess they're afraid I'll make fun and ridicule it, which I will. And I'm really disappointed in that.
Should I have them send you up a liner?
No. Marlins on deck at 6:30. Marlins and the Braves, it's the third and final game. Guess who's coming into town this weekend to play the Marlins?
You know what?
No.
I don't know.
Can I tell you?
Please.
Let me give you a clue. The Rogers Center, formerly the Sky Dome. Where am I sitting right now?
That can't be right.
Well, that's what it says on my schedule.
Is that right?
I said, who's coming into town this weekend? It says on my schedule, Toronto Blue Jays.
Wow, I'm checking.
Well, what do you mean by that? You're checking. Well, what the hell does that mean?
I believe you, I guess.
Who are you, Checkets? Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday to play the Marlins. Blue Jays are having a pretty good year. In fact, I don't follow it. I'm not going to pretend that I do. But most of the season so far, they've been only like 2-3 games behind the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Yeah, they're in the wrong division, but they're okay.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Meaning the Red Sox and Yankees win it every year, and
who
doesn't win it gets the wild card.
Well, that's like the Marlins' excuse. I mean, they'd be right up there if they were like in division with the Pirates in Kansas City if they were all together.
Well, not this year, but
in the same league.
You know.
At any rate, you're making that Braves excuse. The Braves win it every year. Not the way they're playing right now, though. Let's get sports intensive. Let's play the whole hockey game from last night.
Sports!
That'll make Clarence happy anyway, although hockey, I think, is not in his vocabulary. I don't think he's a hockey guy, Clarence. Although we wish he would get the puck out of here. The White House announced this week that wait till you hear this, Japanese diplomacy is getting all shook up. This fits in. This is what the whole world is all about. You don't know whether to cry or just pee in your pants. The White House announced this week that President Bush is taking the Japanese Prime Minister and big-time Elvis fan, Junichiro Koizumi, to Memphis, Tennessee for a pilgrimage to...
Elvis?
Graceland. Oh, I wish we had Paul Simon in Graceland. I'm sure I probably do on my iPod. The trip to the rock legend's estate is scheduled for June 30th.
About 30, man.
The day after the two leaders are scheduled to meet at the White House. Bush enjoys telling Koizumi's love of Elvis Presley as part of his stump speech. Said Tony Snow, the President and Mrs. Bush look forward to introducing the Prime Minister to the beauty and warm hospitality of the people of the volunteer state. Well, that's the state that Al Gore is from, Tennessee. And, of course, Bill's Fist. Oh, my God. How do you like that? He's taking him to Graceland. Well, isn't that the epitome of what America's all about, is Graceland, wouldn't you think? I know you're not a big Elvis fan.
I'd say that's an understatement.
Well, putting aside your personal prejudices, okay? Just because he was a Southern Yahoo. You don't watch it, I'm going to play this all day.
This is Neil Rogers.
All right.
This is 560 QAM.
That brought you Dead Celebrity Concerts. 560's WQAM in Miami presents your chance to win an all-expense-paid trip to Collier City, Florida. Yes, and none other than prestigious Pompano, along the winding glen of Powerline Road. It's the land of pastel purple and sea-grade greenhouses, named for the congenial game show moderator, Bud Collier. You'll stay in the luxurious half of what remains of the Days Inn, conveniently located off the turnpike, where you can relax and sip a Mickey's Big Mouth at the edge of an exit ramp retainer pond. But wait, there's more. Winners will receive a $100 shopping spree at the abandoned Jeffersons on Hollywood Boulevard. All you have to do to enter is write a 560-page thesis on the correlation between sports fanatics and blatant homosexuality. And if you can make our program director hear this sound, then you win an all-expense-paid trip to paradise. Another bogus offer from the misguided management of
It's been brought to my attention that your ratings are dying now. Well, that ought to show you what a big asset I was to you, and how.
Rectum.
You thought you could find somebody good enough to fill my baggy pants? It ain't easy. There ain't no chance I'll ever be coming back. Outside of considering a lucrative contract. If you want to know what'll save you from shutting that transmitter down, why, that's easy. Sure.
All you need is more. All you need is more. All you need is a show. I don't know.
He's your old time slot and only got you to thank. Despite that, my ratings have bottomed out in this game. Which radio had the revolving door for the gayest of awards as
all you need is more.
Now see here.
All you need is more. All you need is a show. Don't blow.
By the way, something.
Yeah?
Jack told me to give you this.
What?
You see? What are you going to do, fire me, huh?
Like old times.
Hey, Geldy, here's another one for you. 10:34, 26 before 11 at 560 WQAM. See, we better start saying it that way. That's going to put us over the top. You know who's behind that, don't you?
Rock solid.
I think he's going to be doing. He'll be in management pretty soon. Very soon. The big.
Oh.
A minibus carrying workers to an American base blew up in the southern Afghan city of Kandahar today, killing 10 people and wounding 15 others, in an incident thought to be caused by the detonation of explosives planted on the vehicle. The blast happened during two key developments in Afghanistan, upsurge in attacks throughout the country by Taliban fighters, and the recent start of a major combat operation aimed at a resurgent rebel force. I thought the Taliban was done, man. I thought we finished them off a long time ago, years ago. Surprise! Didn't do it. Wait till you hear this. I got a huge pile, by the way, today. You ever have big piles?
All the time.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
See, you got the whole thing in there, but that wasn't very interesting, that one. That was very weak. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil. Wonderful.
Oh, God. Man, it is slim and grim today, isn't it? Well, it's the 15th of June. They're all either getting drunk ready for the big game tonight, or they're all out of town. If they got any brains, they vamoosed a long time ago. We will take a zillion calls, though, today between now and 2 o'clock, even though I have this huge pile of muy importante stories. Very important. George Bush's 6 years in office have so damaged the image of the U.S. that people worldwide see Washington as a bigger threat to world peace than Tehran, than the Iranians, for crying out loud, according to a global poll. The Washington-based Pew Research Center, in a poll of 17,000 people in 15 countries between March and May, found more people concerned about the U.S. presence in Iraq than about Iran's alleged nuclear weapons ambitions. The Pew Center said despite growing concern over Iran's nuclear ambitions, the U.S. presence in Iraq is cited at least as often as Iran, and in many countries much more often, and some countries much, much, much more often as a danger to world peace. The survey carried out annually shows a continued decline for support in the U.S. since '99. The U.S. image for most of the 20th century has been relatively positive, being rarely identified with democracy, human rights, and openness, in spite of criticism from the left, which reached a height during the war in Vietnam, and a residual suspicion in the Muslim world, in the raghead world. But even in the UK, Washington's closest ally, favorable ratings have slumped from 83% in '99 to 56% this year. That's not too good. Pattern is similar in France, down from 62% to only 39%. Germany from 78% to only 37%. And in Spain, España, from 50% to only 23%. In España. How do you like that? In Muslim countries with which the U.S. traditionally has enjoyed a good relationship, such as Turkey, a member of NATO, and Indonesia, there have also been slumps. In Indonesia, favorable rating for the U.S. have dropped from 75 to, guess what?
About 30, man.
30%. And in Turkey, from 52 to only 12%. It's all because of Iraq, Carol Doherty, Associate Director of the Pew Center, said. He added it was a sign of how dangerous Iraq is to the U.S. image, that in spite of a common cause between the U.S. and Europeans on Iran, there have been no improvement in the American position in Europe. How do you like that? Turkey, 52 to 12%. I mean, pretty soon it's going to be like our numbers. It's going to have a minus in front of it. That's bad. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hey, I was just wondering, Neil, where are you going for vacation, man?
You writing a book?
No, I was just wondering, I heard you were going up to Tampa. Is that true?
I'm going up to Tampa?
Down to Tampa, yeah.
No.
No. Hey,
No.
another question.
What do I want to go to Tampa for?
I'm just kidding you, man. Another one, what's going on with
56705. I like the other. The nuts better than that. I'm just kidding you. Oh, my God. Get your finger out of your nose, pal, okay? People are starting to talk. My God. And it's starting to bleed, too, a little bit. Good golly, Miss Molly. Redneck. That's the one thing. I guess if I went out to Alberta, like to Calgary or Saskatchewan, I find plenty of rednecks in Canada. But, my God, I don't miss rednecks. You know? Do not miss that at all. Not that anything, there's too many homeless people, like I said, and too much of that curry smell. Oh, man, too much of that heavy curry aroma. Put your ass in a coma. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Let me lower my radio real quick. Just to let you know, some good news. I will be having dinner tonight with Chris Bush.
Yeah, okay, we don't care. And neither does he. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Ever try to St. Ives Ashel?
QAM, hello.
That guy smoking.
Yeah, what are you smoking, schmuck? WQAM, hello. Sounded like his boyfriend was strangling with a phone cord. We can only hope. QAM. WQAM, hello. QAM. Intellectual line.
Hey, Neil.
Neil. How you doing?
Okay, Shack Line.
Shack Line. Hey, it's been about 5 years since I talked to you down here. Nothing's changed, has it?
What do you mean by that?
It's just the same old thing, especially politics-wise, huh?
Same old
People
crap,
are just
yeah.
dumb and blind. When is
SOC,
it going to
same
change?
old crap. It's not going to change.
Well, it's good to hear your voice again. I'm down here working. Keep it up. Keep it up. I love the sound bites. About a 30, man. Play all
Okay,
you can.
Pally. Okay, say goodbye. I think he's starting
About 30, man.
His brain's starting to fry, too. I thought, for just a second there, I thought maybe we had somebody like Rational that was actually going to like, but we didn't.
Yeah, it was
Why do we want that anyway? Why do we want that? It's kind of boring. Don't forget, speaking of boring, Ira's going to be on the Mad Dog Show in Fading again. And also, did I hear Eric Reed's going to be on again, talking through his teeth? Oh, God. You know, I don't know why they just don't give them the keys to the freaking kingdom already, for Christ's sakes. It seems to me that they have. They've turned the radio station over to the Big O, Clarence, Ira Windbag, Eric Reed, and Randy Pafund. Holy crap, Rat Man. That's scary. This new regime, I think the only solution, man, is a hitman. 812 votes on the poll. Who do you think is the most self-hating gay celebrity or politician? Ann Coulter, 294. Man Coulter. An Adam's apple as big as a watermelon. Well, at least it's a fruit. Tommy Cruise, speaking of fruits.
You fair.
145. You ain't fooling nobody, Tommy. Nobody. I hate this pool, 95. Probably all in the closet. Matt Fudge, he's got 92 from the Fudge Report. Condoleezza's got 70. Mary Cheney, 65. Andrew Sullivan. Oh, it's a big drop-off after Mary. Andrew Sullivan, only, and you want to know why? That's because most people don't know who these other people are. Andrew Sullivan, 14. Alice Rantel, 14. Charlie Crist, she's got 12. She wants to be your next governor. Republican, the Queen. And Mark Foley, Republican Queen, Congress lady from Palm Beach County. She's got 11.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Remember this golden gasser. Wonderful WQAM.
I can't get over with that Huey said today. He's got a lot of noise to talk about me that way. I don't give a crap what that Berry has to say. If he wants to smoke pink cigars, then let him. Why, I'll have you know, I know what I'm talking about. Every morning at the condo, I take the elevator down, and on my way to the car, when I pull my folding basket out, I grab a free condo paper. The toys are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
The toys are back in town.
The toys are back in
I said the toys are back in town. Why, you little... Ah, my God, of all you sport old fool. I know everything that's going on in the news. Why, I even know all the new Mahjong rules. I'm hip to the jive, Daddy-O.
Too bad they're going down today. It's the better show when I take your place. I know I ain't no Ed Hoyley, but when they drop, my voice will change.
You little smoothie.
So obviously the most important question of the day on this Thursday, what time is the food showing up?
I wish I knew.
Oh. Well, let's see, Gary Sarner's involved in that, so just cross your fingers, your legs, and your eyes, and say a few brachas in Hebrew. Maybe it'll show up. Because anything he touches, man, turns to instant you-know-what. 833 votes on the poll. We're going to have 1,000 by noon, I feel. I could be wrong about that. But, yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds right to me. And then on a Thursday in the middle of June, the 15th, on a day when the Heat are playing that very important Game 4 tonight, holy moly, we got that big round table. Good golly, Miss Molly. Take a zillion calls here, but I got this very important story. Miami. Now, you know how people are always faxing in stories that we already have?
Yeah, I've already thrown away two.
Dade School's banned book on Cuba. Did you get that one?
No, I didn't get that one.
See, that's the one that everybody ought to be sending in because they ought to be pissed off and fired up about that. They ought to be wild about that. But, it's in the Herald, and who the hell reads the Herald anyway? WQAM, hello.
It's Chronic Thursday.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
Okay.
I'm a poor schlepper, and I don't have cable, and I've never been privy to seeing Ann Coulter. And last night I got to see her on Jay Leno.
Yeah.
And
how did that go now? Let's see. George Carlin was on too, right?
yeah, I didn't get to see George, unfortunately,
Oh.
but I saw Ann, and I was like, I'm thinking instead of Ann Coulter, we should call Al Coulter.
No, we call her Man Coulter.
Man Coulter, right?
Man Coulter.
It's a guy. Oh my.
Right. It's a guy. She's got a gigantic organ. No question about that.
No, I wouldn't even do it for your opponent, Neil.
Okay, it's a Wurlitzer, by the way. 5670560. She plays it in church on Sundays. We don't know which church because she lies about what church she goes to. In fact, she lies about everything. Just another pawn of the far right, of these lunatics. They used to be, I've told you this for years now, for the last 6 years anyway. These are the same people that used to be on the fringes of American society, the right wing, the wingnuts, the crowd, Pat Robertson and Falwell and James Dobson and Man Coulter and Laura Ingraham and all these other right-wing crazy people. And now they're running the country. They stole 2 elections and do a very good job of that. If they did as good of a job running the country as they do as stealing elections, man, we'd be in good shape. 2,500 dead Americans in Iraq, by the way, the Pentagon confirms as of yesterday. 2,500. Are they rioting in the streets?
No.
Are they whipped up into a frenzy?
No.
I see Daryl Hannah's up in a tree, though, in California. You see that?
No.
About that farm? You didn't see that? I never got to that story yesterday. Even Tommy saw it. You better get with it. Huh?
The urban farm protest.
That's right. The urban farmers in California. They're all bent out of shape, and they're protesting, and she's up in the tree, and they had to go up there with that hedge trimmer and clip her...
Give her a trim.
Clip her tail off. Well, she's still got that mermaid
tail, yeah.
WQAM, hello.
Not quite familiar with all this.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you, Neil?
I'm okay.
First time, long time. Thank you for taking my call.
Well, thank you for making your call, or we couldn't probably take your call.
I would like to get your take on Shaq. I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, okay. 5670560. Little parody on these sports callers, man. You think our callers are bad? There's only 10 of them, the sports callers. Now, let's see. A couple of weeks ago, I was asking about that dark-complected guy that calls all the time. That called for years. And Carl, is that his name? I think his name is Carl.
I don't know. I mean, I know a guy named CJ.
No. Well, maybe I don't know. Carl. Sounds a little ladylike to me. I don't know. Got kind of a high-pitched, squeaky voice. Of course, we like high-pitched, squeaky voice. Just ask Tommy. Tommy's a little on the squeaky side.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Well, the difference being that we like Tommy, see. There are people in the building who have high-pitched, squeaky voices that we're really not too crazy about. So that's really what it boils down to, is a popularity contest. Now that the big oh my God.
Rock solid.
That's what I hear. That's the rumor around the building, is that he's got the boss's rear. And he is really whispering things into it. And in fact, wouldn't surprise me when I come back, on full schedule after Labor Day, assuming I come back, that we're like doing all Spanish sports all day. That's what the big O has in mind.
In Kendall.
From Kendall, or maybe from Sweetwater would be good.
Got to get that Hispanic audience, Joe. We got to get that Latino audience.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Sure we do. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, is this Neil?
It sounds like me, yeah.
Did you see the Pawn Young Rancho this morning?
Did I see it?
Did you hear it?
No, I did not.
It sounded like crap.
Yeah, well, what's new about that?
Poopy caca.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, at least they're consistent. 5670560, pound 560 on the horizon.
This is something special today.
What are you expecting? Don't you understand it always works this way? They realize today and tomorrow is I'm going on vacation, and they're only going to get Tuesdays and Thursdays for 3 months in the summertime. Then they have George the Badger on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday all summer. But as far as I'm concerned, personal, it's the last couple of days to bond with me. Don't you understand?
Yeah, I get it, but we haven't got a real call yet.
Get out of here. We had one or two.
No.
Yeah, we did.
No, you thought you had one or two for the first 3 seconds of the call?
No. A couple of calls ago, there was a real guy in there. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. It was pretty boring, but we had a real call. And then the guy before this one was okay, that little Julio guy, talking about Man Coulter. What was wrong with him?
So sorry.
You better lighten up a little bit, man. Once you start screening the calls, I'm sure they'll be a lot better, though. So that's your alternative. You can either start screening them, which, of course, to me is really... Screening phone calls on talk shows and putting names of callers on the air, that's like having guests on. It went out with knickers. It's bad radio.
QAM 100 bucks, Neil?
Yeah, right.
What about?
Yeah, why don't you screen some calls, Mr. Schmuck?
I'm going to start right now.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. If you want that steak today, you better keep your hands off that instrument and the phone, too, okay?
Okay.
Cut the crap. WQAM, screen line, hello. Ooh, this is good.
All right.
We're getting hooked up with somebody here, I think. It's going to be a three-way.
It's going to tell you if you'd like to make a call.
I'll be damned. Nobody home.
Give us a machine or something.
Give us a good machine, man. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Mo, 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 Mo. No.
WQAM, hello. Mo Show.
Hey, Neil, I was wondering, can you confirm, I heard Weaver the weatherman was on his deathbed.
Well, don't say his deathbed. He's got cancer. He's in the hospital. I had that on a few days ago, but don't say he's on his deathbed. That's
what
bad.
I heard. Okay, well, that's why I'm calling you.
Well, from the article that I read there, he's not in real good shape, but it's really a shame. He's a great guy, and that goes back to that whole God business again, you know.
Bummer. What kind of cancer do you know?
I really don't know.
Okay, thanks.
We wish him all the best. Isn't that nasty? On his deathbed. Well, jeez, lighten up a little bit, sweetheart. My God. Hey, that's South Florida, man, relentless. Oh, by the way, that Neil Rogers croaked the other day. You heard that? He croaked that old fag. It's no, seriously, there's just so many hostile, angry people. I don't know. And the contrast between the people here, or maybe, if anything, a little bit too polite. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather have too polite than too hostile. Believe me, any day of the week, I'll take this. I mean, you can be like 60 yards behind somebody going out the building here, and they're holding the door for you, and you feel like, oh, I better hurry up, practically having to sprint to the door so that they don't feel bad holding the door for you.
Hey, you got to put a move on.
Yeah. You got to bust a move, man. 861 votes on the poll. Man Coulter, she's kicking ass. Even Tommy Cruise can't catch that man, which might be the first time.
This is Neil Rogers.
Tommy Cruise.
This is 560 QAM.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
This spring, some stations will give you cars. Some stations will give you cash. But this station is going to give you something that really counts. Because this station is going to give you a great body. Then is it. Just be the 10th caller when you hear the sound. And you'll win a membership in our free weight loss program. We'll send a station representative to your house to lock you in the bathroom for 2 or 3 months. That's right. All the water and toothpaste you can eat. Come July, you'll be looking sharp. And you'll have the brightest smile on the beach.
This station accepts no responsibility for minor complications resulting from our weight loss program, like protein deficiencies, rickets, scurvy, or death.
Get ready for swimsuit season. And don't forget to floss. Keep listening for your chance to win.
It's 11:02 at QAM, and don't forget, we got to get to 1,000 by noon today. We don't really have to, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? Be a feather in our crap. We got 873 already. We need 127 in this hour. We should be able to do that. That's like 2 a minute.
Absolutely.
Of course, that's more than we got listening, but nevertheless. I guarantee you one thing, you won't hear that All You Need Is Mo bit on the O.J. Juice McDuffie show. And Sidney Bergstein, what's his name? Sid Bergstein, Rosencrantz, yeah. By the way, what's his name? Ben Roethlisberger. Ben, Ken, Sven, he's out of the hospital. Don't do it again, Ben, you idiot. So nobody faxed in this article? This is the one that I better not read it then. Probably stir up a whole bunch of stuff.
Incredible.
A controversial children's book about Cuba. Oh, where's Miguel when we need him? And similar books from the same series about other countries will be removed from all Dade County school libraries after a school board vote yesterday that split Hispanic and non-Hispanic members in an incendiary political atmosphere. Incendiary. Ooh, man. As in una baba grande. Don't you love that word, incendiary?
No, not really.
I do. But in South Florida especially, because everything else is like comatose. So incendiary means like, wow, they're like all whipped up into a frenzy. Kind of like when you see the House of the Parliament here meeting, or like in the British Parliament. They're pounding on the table and they're screaming and carrying on. Only the Cuba book, Vamos a Cuba, and its English-language counterpart, A Visit to Cuba, were reviewed through the district's lengthy appeals process. Some board members who voted for the ban admitted they've never seen other books in the series, which feature 24 nations, including Greece, Mexico, and Vietnam, none of which have been formally objected to by anybody. Basically, it paints life in those 24 countries with the same brush, with the same words, said board chairman Augustine Barrera, who said he read most of the books. As part of the 6-3 vote, the board overruled 2 review committees and Superintendent Rudy Crew, all of whom had decided to keep the book. The decision directed Crew to replace the series with more detailed books, saying more of what they wanted to. Even longtime district officials could not remember any previous banning of a book by the school board, and the American Civil Liberties Union said it was prepared to file a lawsuit challenging the decision, which the school board's own attorney said would be costly. Crazy people in Dade County again. And you wonder why everybody's bailing on you, you Dade County people? Everybody wants out. No speaking English aquí, okay? Man, oh man. Next thing you know, we'll be having like one of them Cuban singers back in Dade County again. And they'll all be carrying on, all the green teeth will be carrying on throwing rocks in the streets. Or selling rocks.
Let's get Celia Cruz.
This unfortunate decision is a throwback to a Miami of several decades ago when the battle about freedom in Cuba was waged too frequently about First Amendment rights in Miami, said Howard Simon, executive director of the Florida ACLU. He said the district should work to collect more material with different viewpoints, not remove the controversial books. District officials were unsure how many copies of other books in the series there were, but schools had 49 copies of the book on Cuba. It was Cuba!
Incredible.
Here we go again, hocking at China with that Cuba stuff. Where's Elian when we need him? Little Elianito. I bet you he read those books. That's probably why he went back with Daddy. Probably got tired of them Happy Meals, tearing his guts out. How do you like that thing with those trans fats at KFC? Wasn't that a great story?
That was a great story.
It became the target of controversy earlier this year, not the KFC, but the book, when the father of a Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Elementary student complained about the book's rosy portrayal of life in Fidel Castro's Cuba. The Cuban people have been paying a dear price for 47 years for the reality to be known, said Juan Amador Rodriguez, probably kin to George, a former political prisoner in Cuba who filed the original complaint, which was denied, and subsequent appeals. A 32-page book cannot silence that. But in his final appeal to the school board, the majority of members decided its inaccuracies and omissions made it inappropriate for its intended kindergarten to second-grade audience. A book that misleads, confounds, or confuses has no part in the education of our students, most especially elementary students who are most impressionable and vulnerable, said board member Perla Tabares Hantman. Opponents of the ban said it was tantamount to censorship of politically unsavory speech, something specifically barred by the U.S. Supreme Court. Oh, don't confuse people in Dade County with the Supreme Court. They don't pay no attention to that kind of crap. What does Dade County have to do with the U.S. anyway? Next week, we'll have another complaint about another book from another group, said board member Evelyn Greer. If the standard is applied, we'll go through every book in the system. Banning books in Dade, baby. That's what's going on right now. We can't play fart sounds, and Dade County can't have books that they don't like. Legal experts said the board's action appeared to be unconstitutional. Unconstitutional, not the first time. A 1982 Supreme Court case ruled that school boards have wide discretion to determine which books go on shelves, but that discretion may not be exercised in a narrowly partisan or political manner. The High Court's ruling in that New York case, Board of Education versus PICO, cited an example of inappropriate book banning if an all-white school board motivated by racial animus decided to remove all books authored by blacks who advocating racial equality and integration. Courts typically give school boards more discretion in choosing instructional material, said Simon. Simon said he could envision a perfectly reasonable judgment being made to remove a book that wasn't considered age-appropriate. However, he said, the court was adamant that books can't be removed because of content. Amador Rodriguez's appeal was originally limited to the Cuba book at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Elementary, but board member Anna Rivas Logan amended the bill to cover the entire series in the entire district. We are rejecting the professional recommendation of our staff based on political imperatives that have been pressed upon members of the board, said Greer, who joined Solomon Stinson and Martin Karp in voting against their removal. Martin Karp.
Oi!
The board's action doesn't affect the dozens of copies of the Cuba book found in Broward schools or public libraries in both counties. If you want to be happy, maybe move to Broward. If you got to be in Florida, move to Broward. Am I right?
Yeah, their grades went up. Broward.
That's right. I saw that. They did phenomenally well. There was no Fs. Of course, I think most of the results were fixed, but nevertheless, a phenomenal job. They're nice going there in Broward, all you kids in Broward. Board member Frank Bolaños, Frank Bolaños tried to persuade the board to remove another controversial book, Cuban Kids, which portrays life in post-revolutionary Cuba as a veritable paradise. But that effort was defeated in a 6-3 vote, with the majority unwilling to act unless the parent files a formal complaint. Oh, well, there you go. One of you parents out there, no spaghetti and glaze, file a complaint, get your green teeth all flashing. Activists at the meeting promised to begin that process today at one of the handful of schools that has the book, Cuban Kids. See, there you go. The board did it. Here it is, 2006, and they're still doing the same crap, man. The same crap. It will never, never, never end. And you wonder why there's like this hostility that exists down there, why people are just flying out of Dade County and never going to stop.
Only in the Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
That's it. You got it. And by the way, get that Ira off your show, Mad Dog. If you have any desire to survive, if you have any instinct to survive, get that Squeakmeister off the air. God Almighty. We have been taken hostage. I think what we ought to do is put out a call to the public to save us. This radio station has been taken hostage by Ira Windbag.
We need help.
Well, there's no question about that. That thought continues going through my mind, especially since the beginning of the year. I keep thinking over and over.
Man, I need help.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking. Anyway, there you go. That's the latest brouhaha in Dade County. There ain't no ha-haing about it, man. Nothing funny about that crap. Same old stuff. All this crap about, they just don't want to get it. You're so crazy about America, then get with it. Get with what's left of it, which ain't much. Although I'm sure the Bushmeister would approve of that, plus his fat-ass brother, your governor. Look at that poll, baby. 885. At one point before the show, we had 666. I just thought I'd mention that. Anybody seen The Omen yet, the new one? I hope not.
No one's seen it.
Now, did you bring that movie in for Tommy, or is George going to do that? George got it?
Yeah, George has it.
Standing in the Shadows of Motown, Tommy will like it. Guaranteed. He's a music guy. He's a musician of sorts. Who do you think is the most self-hating gay celebrity or politician? That's our poll today. Man Colder with that big Adam's apple and that big apparatus, 321. She's got a big asparagus. Tommy Cruise, 185. Come on, Tommy.
You fairy.
Come out. I hate this pool, 100. Matt Fudge, she's got 97. You know, from the world-famous Fudge Report? She does a lot of fudging on there, makes stuff up. Condoleezza, 78. Mary Cheney, 70, the daughter of your Nazi vice president. Mary Cheney. Charlie Christ, 14. Andrew Sullivan, 14. Andrew Sullivan, that bald-headed fag, the ones on TV all the time? You don't know who that is.
No.
Alice Rantel, 14. And Mark Foley, Miss Foley, a Palm Beach County representative, Republican, the Queen. She's got a dozen. A dirty dozen. One can only even begin to imagine. 888, that's what I was hoping for. I was stalling around a little bit to 888. Isn't that good?
That's great.
That's even better than 666. I think you get like a 2-for-1 Antichrist for that. Any word on the food yet?
No word.
Boy, where's that word? Because you guys are probably when it gets to be noon and the food isn't there yet, you're going to start getting a little bit nervous, aren't you? That would be bad.
Well, you already got me nervous, reminding me the whole Gary Sarner thing.
Yeah. See, anything Gary Sarner.
Now I'm biting my nails,
Usually it's, it's an accident waiting to happen. Tommy knows that because Tommy, of course, does production. Mm-hmm. Although he probably never gives you any copy to record anyway, does he?
Sometimes.
Very seldom, yeah. Copy ain't him. He don't do no copy. He just takes whatever the agency sends him, like on a piece of Charmin, and he hands it, passes it along. That's it. Here you go. Make magic with this, guys. And make sure it's kosher, too. WQAM, hello.
Wow, Josh is really gay.
WQAM, hello. QAM. That was the boyfriend. QAM, hello.
Dwayne Wade is God.
What is it?
Dwayne Wade is
Dwayne.
God.
Learn how to speak the language, you more. Dwayne. Dwayne in Spain falls mainly in Uranus. Get with it, you idiot. Dwayne. Yeah, there you go. They're white hot. Look awfully. I'll tell you one thing. If they're white, my TV must be going bad. My big screen Samsung DLP TV must be going bad because they look awfully dark complected to me. Those white hot heat. Now, are there any white starters on the team? Because I couldn't tell you anybody else on the team besides Shaq and Dwayne Wade. Who's that?
Well, the point guard, Jason Williams. He's a white boy.
Jason Williams? That don't sound like a white name to me.
Well, they call him J. Will. So
they got to make him feel welcome. They call him
J. Will.
Make him blend in.
Yamin.
J. Will won't. Yamin. Yamin. What language you be speaking?
Yaman.
Oh my God. Well, what is this all about? Man, no wonder the Raptors stink so bad. It's 11:13. I just thought I'd mention it. The Raptors suck. The Leafs suck. How the Leafs doing in the playoffs, by the way? Same as those Panthers. We love the Panthers. Wait till you see my pool tomorrow. You're going to get all whipped up about that, but I'm not going to tell you.
Maybe a little teaser?
No. Picture yourself cruising the waters of Biscayne Bay at sunset. The Miami skyline off the bow, Miami Beach behind you, and God only knows what else behind you. But wait, you don't own a boat? That may be the best news of all. Call Club Nautico right now and rent 1-800-BOAT-RENT. That's the number to call. The new Club Nautico on South Beach in Key Biscayne, they've got top-of-the-line Sea Ray boats ready to rent. I mean, like right now, pronto, tonto. Exhilarating power boats, new models prepped and waiting for you. And these are Sea Rays, the Mercedes of boats. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT, and Club Nautico will get you hooked up. Join the club at Club Nautico and save even more. Boat rental after boat rental. They do all the work for you. No preparations, no docking fees, no maintenance, no cleaning up when you're done. No hassles whatsoever. Considering the cost of owning a boat, you can't afford not to choose the new Club Nautico in South Beach and Key Biscayne. This is the smart way to go, the hassle-free way. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT right now. You could be out there having a great time as soon as this weekend. Club Nautico, they set the standard on the seas. Call them today at 1-800-BOAT-RENT.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Alright, what's this here? Play, record. This here is Mohammed David, and this is, what do you call it there, my last will and testicle, I mean, testament. All right. Now, for starters, I leave my colostomy bag to that little puke Geldy, who stole my show. And I bequeath my teeth and old bones to that little faggotoid, who I think could make a nice necklace out of them. And to Neil, I leave this bag of pizza crusts, which I can assure you have no cooties. And I leave my designer toupees to that little chicken-neck bastard. And for a limo, I want a stretch Hummer that will last. Somehow, that's appropriate. This thing's still on. I also wish to lie in repose at Spookins with a penalistic stance. All right, that's good enough for now. I can revise it later.
11:19 at 560. Boy, we're certainly intense today. And this is a bulletin, okay? This is a bulletin.
Okay, I'm ready.
Is the food there yet?
No.
Oh. Got an email. Guess who it's from? It's only 3 days later. You know, he's a little slow. He's probably
little Joe Bell action?
Little Joe. He says, don't jump on my account. It would make me feel bad, and you know that Raleigh Joe doesn't like to feel bad. I sent him my own reply, which I won't read right now. You can imagine what it is. But I'm sure glad that he finds it all very amusing, and, you know, at this point, who cares? If he don't care, we don't care. Just keep the checks coming. 20 past 11 at 560 WQAM. We're going to take 1,000 calls between now and 2. We're going to have 1,000 votes on the poll by noon. Uh-oh. Look at that. Police with a warrant don't have to knock, says the Supreme Court. How do you like that? Knock 3 times, you can throw that one out. That was Tony Orlando and Dawn anyway. I hate that. Look at that.
That the Supreme Court is taking up today. Carolyn? Thank you, Carol.
Wow. Evidence from raids available even without knocking. Just knock that door down.
Bang down the dough.
Right. The Gestapo is going to be coming to your door about 3 o'clock in the morning. It won't be, what's his name, Javier Suarez, like he used to be, in his bathrobe, asking for your vote. 912 votes on the poll. I think we'll make pretty damn close to that 1,000 by the top there. Maybe not. Am I dreaming? No. Very important to us, okay? Just keep that in mind. Let's see if this audience comes through like they usually do, okay? I don't know why it's important to you.
Yeah, like they usually do.
What do you mean by that? They don't?
Nah.
On the poll, they don't come through? Get out of here.
1,000 votes is kind of given, so... I mean, you know... If
by noon?
No, you're right. Okay.
This is the 15th of June, rhymes with noon and cockamoon. There's nobody there, don't you understand? There's nobody around. Only the most desperate and people who must be there, like you guys. People that, you know, just don't have the luxury of, like, taking off for weeks and months at a time, like some of us, very soon. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember a couple of years ago, it was during the summer season, and George was real sick and he couldn't do the show, and no one at the station had the onions to call you to do it, and it ended up Beaner Boy attempted to do it, and it was a total disaster?
No.
You don't remember that? It was almost...
No, because I don't think that ever happened. I don't recall that ever happening.
You guys, even Burke O'Brien made like a skit making fun of it after it happened.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
No, Beaner Boy did a show, but it wasn't because George was sick. It was like the 4th of July or something. It was like some holiday, and he did just played comedy bits all day.
I could have sworn it was because George was sick and it was on a regular day because I was at work.
I don't think so.
Anyway, I guess you don't have that.
First of all, you think that they were? I was going to come in because of listen, I work Tuesday and Thursday in the summertime. It's written in stone.
The next day, but no one had the guts to call you, though, and that's why it was a disaster. That no one even had the guts to call you and see if you would do it.
Well, the answer would be no.
Anyway, how did Josh do if you think that happened?
How did what?
How would Josh do if that same thing happened?
He would do exactly the same thing. He'd play the rack is exactly what he would do. Am I right, Josh?
I'd play comedy bits.
Play a lot of comedy bits is what he would do. And he ain't interested. 567-0560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless line. One thing I forgot to say that last caller.
You fairy.
WQAM, hello.
Kenny Malden touched me in a dirty place, and
like I said, I love the calls.
Oh, see, there you go. That was great. I think it was the broom closet. They haven't cleaned that baby out in a long time. That was the dirty place. Oh, man, that was good. 900 and some odd votes there. It's pretty odd. 924. See, we're creeping along. We got 37 minutes. We need 76 votes. I think, see, we're playing this now like it's 2 o'clock. Because then once that lunch comes in, you guys aren't going to be paying any attention to this. You're going to have bigger fish to fry.
Well, hey, you're the one that said you got that big pile, so, you know.
I do have a big pile. Oh, no, I don't need you guys. Just in fact, Clarence told me a long time ago we sure don't need 3 people in there to do this show.
You can do it
That's
by
what
yourself.
Clarence continues saying. Yeah, don't need anybody. 5670560 pound 560 on the Verizon Singular wireless line. The calls just keep on getting better and better and better. And the emails, how do you like that? Little delayed reaction there. In fact, when I read it at first, I didn't even know what he was talking about, because I forgot what the hell I had sent him like several days ago. But he's a very busy guy. He's got all those meetings with a big O.
Rock solid.
Talking about the Spanish sports format. WQAM Spanish Sports.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Hey, the other day you played a sketch, Real American A-Hole.
Yes.
And they were talking about the
Good.
Bible created the world in 7 days. But if you read the Bible, it actually says 6 days.
Right. On the 7th day, the good Lord rested. That's correct.
What?
On the 7th day, he rested. That's why we celebrate the Sabbath, man. That's why you people have the Sabbath.
Yeah, but he said created in 7 days in the sketch.
Yeah, so
They
you
said it
gonna
was
sue him?
created
How about
Sunday.
suing him? Would you like to sue the guy that made the skit? The skit was actually very funny, as a matter of fact. I might just play it just because I'm so aggravated with your ass. Now, let's see. Which disc is it on? I don't know. I don't know which one I got in here. That's not it. Although I do like that. Maybe this is it. Yeah, that's
Real
it.
American A-holes. Real American A-holes. We salute you, Mr. Guy who still thinks Bush is doing a good job. Mr. Guy who still thinks Bush is... You commute to work with a smile on your face as you pay $3.78 a gallon and adjust the plastic Jesus on your dashboard. Hallelujah now! Bush's approval ratings are at an all-time low. But you don't care. You're a red stater, and Brokeback Mountain never played a theater near you. Don't watch Bravo either. There's no such thing as global warming. Those sinners in New Orleans got what they deserve. And yes, the Earth was created in 7 days.
Don't tell me that it's evolution.
The war in Iraq is a noble fight. And by golly, one day we'll find those nasty weapons of mass destruction. So we salute you, Mr. Guy who still thinks Bush is doing a good job, your gas-guzzling SUV, your 2.2 children, and your ignorance. You are a real American a-hole.
26 after 11, and don't forget, not only did he create the Earth in 6 or 7 days, or maybe a week and a half, but also he made the sun and the stars also.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah. He made actually not the sun and the stars. He made the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night.
Jesus Christ.
And he made the stars also. This is all from Genesis. On the first page of the Bible, all you kids out there, read it and then you'll laugh your ass off and throw it in the toilet.
And so it was written.
And so it is written. That is correct. He made the stars also. Of course, the fact that the sun is a star, those schleppers back then who wrote this crap, they had no way of knowing that. So obviously there was nothing godly inspired or divinely inspired about any of these ramblings. In the meantime, we've got all these scholarly people debating about this tablet and this document. Oh, jeez. Give me a break. And you wonder why people take drugs?
No, I don't.
You know the summer... I beg your pardon?
No, I don't wonder.
Oh, I don't either. The summer season is fast approaching, which means it must be close to Father's Day. And guess what? It's only a couple of days away, this Sunday, June 18. We all know what dads love to do on the big day, and they also like to eat. This is a time called the Melting Pot and make a real special day for Father's Day. The Melting Pot is a fondue restaurant. In addition to their famous cheese and chocolates, they serve up serious meats and fish for hungry dads like yours. Hearty entrees from center-cut filet mignon to blackened shrimp, teriyaki sirloin, pork, lobster, and more. The Melting Pot definitely serves serious food for serious appetites. Take it from me, nobody leaves the Melting Pot hungry. They have an award-winning wine list to boot. And don't forget their famous desserts, man. Dad has never had anything like this, I guarantee you. Guaranteed to put a smile on Dad's face. So make that call today. Invite Dad to dip into something different and delicious at the Melting Pot restaurant near you. A full 4-course feast, a real gift for Dad from you. Don't forget to tell him that Neil sent you by when you call the Melting Pot for reservations for Father's Day in Kendall, Cooper City, North Miami Beach, Boca, Fort Lauderdale, and most prestigious Coral Springs.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
And now, the producers of American Idol brainstorm guest performers for the finale.
Well, let's see. We need people that everyone's forgotten about and that suck?
Yo, how about Dionne Warwick?
Excellent. Okay, how about someone who's really hard to look at and that can't really sing anymore?
How about Meatloaf?
Good suggestion. Let's see, now we probably need someone who no one cares about anymore and someone who's really overrated.
Yeah. How about Tony Braxton and Mary J. Blige?
Great.
And make sure David Hasselhoff is in the crowd.
Great suggestion. Okay, and now we probably need someone really old that no one young who watches our show knows who they are.
How about Burt Bacharach?
Perfect. This is going to be the best American Idol finale ever.
I can't wait. 11:32, 28 till noon at 560. Of course, none of them can match up to Taylor Hicks.
Okay.
Hey, Taylor.
You fairy.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, I got no opinion on that.
I've seen him on TV. I'd never watched that show, but I've seen him.
You know, I'm so proud to say I've never seen 1 second of American Idol.
No, I haven't either. I don't even know when it's on. I don't know where it's on, when it's on. I don't want to know. I don't want to. 931 votes. We're not going to make that 1,000 by noon the way these people are going. What I tell you, they usually come through for us, but not today. Not today. We want 1,000 by noon. Not just 1,000 by 2. Any schmuck can do that. 9:35. They're starting to come in chunks now. They're spitting out little chunks. Speaking of that, how's the lunch coming?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to get you nervous, but just keep saying to yourself, Gary Sarner. Just keep repeating that to yourself, and you'll start getting real hungry. WQAM, hello. QAM.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, one thing I have decided, though, after that email, I'm not responding. I'm going to I'm just going to ignore him. Like I said yesterday, we'll succeed in spite of them. I'm going to show up every day that I'm supposed to, and that's it. We'll just ignore them. I've already instructed Norma, don't waste your time with any more of these silly-ass meetings so that they can tell you, well, Joyce is calling all the shots, and we got really worried about Joyce. And yeah, they'll got to keep their job. We know. Just restating the obvious and glad-handing and pumping everybody's hand. Yeah, pump this. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular wireless line. But see, that's right in line with his personality. So everything's a big right? That email?
No
Isn't
more.
that consistent, at least? You don't need to respond. It's a rhetorical question. I want to get your ass in hot water. Although it might help those roids. WQAM, hello. QAM. WQAM, hello. Wow. Since Tommy started screening, they got a lot better. You notice that?
Yeah.
WQAM, hello.
Sports Hole. Hello.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What do you got for us, Pally?
Got some Sports Hole crap.
Well, call up one of the sports shows, okay, with your sports hole crap. 567-0560, probably about at Ira. I wonder if Ira wears his icy sleeve to the Heat games, to the playoff games, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Ira's got an icy patch on his...
Rectum.
WQAM, hello. QAM. Boy, they're slow today, aren't they?
Wow.
They are.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
How are you, Neil?
Okay.
I have a quick question for you. Since you're the well-traveled man. Thinking of going, my wife wants to go to Amsterdam.
Yes.
Is everything you say true?
Yes.
People speak English there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, because I went to Italia a few years back.
No, different story. There aren't that many English-speaking people. Although, don't be one of these people that's afraid to go places because there's not that much English. Because in Italy and
Turkey, considering the reputation that this country has abroad these days, you know what
you do? You know what you do?
Tell them I'm Canadian.
No matter where you go, you say, "How's it going, eh?" That's right. They know you're Canadian, right? That's what I do.
I can walk around at night without having any problems in Amsterdam.
What, Amsterdam? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just don't go behind the train station, behind a central station. That's not a good area.
Okay.
Unless you got a needle.
Okay.
And don't carry a wallet. But I'm sure you know that by
now.
No,
I never do. I never do. Just passport and money in the front pocket.
Right. Bury it deep in your pants and your money too.
Okie dokie.
Okay, pal. Have a great time.
Bye.
I'll still believe Tootsie. It's okay, as long as there's a lot of tourists there, which I'm sure there will be all summer long. I know it's going to be packed in Berlin. Boy, why the hell do I want to go there during World Cup? It's going to be packed with people from all over the world, It's going to be just amazing next week. It's going to be pretty damn hot, too, in the 80s. It's okay. It's perfect. 567, how are we doing on that poll? Making a little bit of progress here? They're starting to come in chunks and clumps, 945. Oh, I don't know. This is going to be really touch and go. That's what Ken Malden said, touch and go. Seriously, stop and think about it. 952, we're going to do it. Some of these calls we've had this week are they're beyond even my ability to describe, aren't they? They're just surreal, is how good they are.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And let's face it, in the summertime, Jerry Williams taught me this years ago before he croaked, before he realized that Walter Sabo stabbed him in the back and ended his career, just like Joe Bell's trying to do to me. But He told me a long time ago when he came down to W. Snooze there for a year and a half or whatever, and he says, it's 89 degrees, 100 degrees in the summertime. People are like, they don't want to hear World War III. They don't want to get all whipped up about issues and about serious stuff. They want to have a few yucks because it's already so hot and humid and depressing. They want a good yuck is all they want. Like just a little chuckle like that.
There you go.
Yeah, he was right. Boy, we had some, granted our demographics were older than death, but boy, the year that he was there and I was there and who else was there? Alice and Wichner at W. Snooze. We had a book, man. We had numbers that were humongous, gigantic, huge. At night, like from 8 to midnight, I had like 11 and 12 shares. And that was 12 plus, although most of them were, like I said, older than Methuselah's grandpa, but nevertheless. Of course, now we got the same number here on this station. The only problem is the decimal point's in a different spot. WQAM, hello. It's in front of the one. QAM. Don't tell me a dead line. That would be a bad move on their part. QAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
11 and 12 shares.
QAM.
Neil, who's your money on this weekend, Tiger or Phil?
Oh. How about your mama? WQAM, hello.
WQAM,
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, is this Neil Rogers Show?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I just wanted to let him know he's the greatest, and yes, he does have women listeners.
Okay, I'll be sure and pass it along.
Oh, I can't talk to him?
You're talking to him right now.
Oh, my God! You're the greatest. Oh, my God. Yes, you're the greatest. This is Leilani from Homestead.
Yes, I am.
Oh, my God. Okay,
Oh, my
listen,
God.
if it wasn't for my husband, I would have never began talk radio.
Well, happy Father's Day to Dad.
Yes. Oh, until I talk to you. That's great. Okay, you have a great day, all right?
You too, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Go Heat. Go Heat.
Okay, go.
All right.
There you go. Me shack to bed we go. You know what they said in the Bible?
Something
Me shack to bed we go. That's what Ira says. I'm hearing some rumors about that too. You hear those rumors about Ira?
How do you think he got all that clout with the Heat?
What does that mean?
Just making a joke, man.
Oh. No, well, I'm not really sure because I don't know what that's all about, that clout. All I do know is I wish the hell they'd get it over with already, one way or the other, and just get on with some important stuff besides that crap. Oh, give me the ball, give me the ball. Yeah, I just don't care. I just refuse to care, and I have no interest. I will know the score, though. I will say that. I'll find out the score. And even if I'm, like, out wandering around, I'll go on my BlackBerry and check out that score. 961 votes. Uh-oh, better refresh that. It might be like 970-ish. It's going to be very, very tight. Really tight. By the way, how's Susan Gray doing? 961 votes. We got 20 minutes for 39. That's just about 2 a minute. That means like one vote every
About 30, man.
30 seconds. Now, if we can't handle that right here in the middle of the daytime, we might as well shut the baby off. Let me tell you, if we don't make the 1,000 by noon, I'm authorizing you right now to go into the transmitter room and just shut it off.
Well, I will leave right after I get my steak.
Where's the food? Yeah. Keep thinking those 2 words, baby. 3 words. Gary Sarner, kosher. Keep those 3 words in mind. With lightning quick speeds, the latest features and security, Comcast high-speed internet leaves DSL in the dust. Call today and get the best offer of the year. Add Comcast high-speed internet for just $24.95 a month for your first 6 months. Plus, Comcast will upgrade to the super-fast 8 meg premium speed tier free. With an always-on connection speed of up to 8 megabits per second, Comcast high-speed internet is up to 5 times faster than DSL 1.5 and up to 100 times faster than dial-up. Whether you're downloading music, watching streaming video, playing online games, or just surfing your favorite sites, Comcast reliable fast connection means you'll be flying through the internet. Plus, when you sign up for Comcast guess what never happened this morning? We were supposed to have like a fire alarm between 10:30 and 11 this morning. Never happened. Plus, when you sign up for Comcast high-speed internet, you get instant access to free features like Video Mail, Comcast Rhapsody Radio Plus, and up to 7 personal email accounts, just to be naming a few. Not only that, but you also get free McAfee security tools included, so you can rest assured that your internet experience is always safe and secure. An annual savings of over $100 for the security alone. So what are you waiting for? Start doing more faster than ever before. Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet today for just $24.95 a month for 6 months. In Dade, call 305-COMCAST, or in Broward, 954-COMCAST. Call for details today. Certain restrictions apply.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Where the mugwumps go to hang from trees and play banjo. You got some who own a station on newfangled radio. Now as North Carolina grows, Raleigh's a big city, you know, and that's where the Beasleys had to go for Jolly Riley Joe. A new GM, he'll do what he can. Shake your hand like a friend, then quickly walk away.
Absolutely.
They had Joe go to 560 with ratings in the toilet bowl to get those flaming sportful moles in order and control. And then so Jolly Raleigh Joe, a buckular and in the know, he lets Mo go, and here's what blows, gives Geldy his own show. He'll make a big change and rearrange. It's worse or the same. He hasn't done a thing for what goes on the air at 2. Joe don't have a stinking clue about a format that essentially blows sport hole radio. The GM of 560, Jolly Raleigh Joe. Oh!
It's 11:47. I just made up my mind during that break because I was going to send a little PS again on my email. I'm all through. That's it. No more emails, no more phone calls, no more meetings with Norma Kent either, Joe. Just have a great life. You know, well, why would you want to waste your time? Where there's no sense, there's no feeling, okay? Plus, he's already got his consultant.
Rock solid.
979 votes. I bet you if I refresh it, we'll get like 980 or something. 982, okay? We got 12 minutes for 18 votes. Now, if we can't do that, huh? If we don't make the 1,000, by the way, I'm calling Gary Sarner during the noon break and making sure we cancel that lunch.
Send him an email.
Who, Gary Sarner?
Yeah.
Are you getting worried about it, actually, or what?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, you got me a little worried there. But
Tommy, I bet you, is getting really peeing in his pants, getting nervous about that. Probably didn't eat all day yesterday working up. That's what I used to do. Every time I planned eating Ruth Chris, although usually not at lunchtime, but for dinner, you go through the whole day and basically eat almost nothing, and then you pig out when you go there. Wild weed on courthouse lawn eliminated. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, after reporters pointed out that wild marijuana, commonly called ditchweed, was growing on the lawn at the federal courthouse in Sioux Falls, the greenery was eliminated. I never heard of ditchweed. I'm sure Tommy did.
Yeah, it's crappy weed.
Probably pretty cheap, though, huh?
Yeah.
I think that's what George sells on the weekends. City officials and the developer said seeds in dirt brought in for construction must have sprouted. KSFY in Sioux Falls TV had it tested to be sure it was ditchweed and brought it to the attention of federal officials last week. Nobody wanted to comment. Oh, isn't that now that's something productive. It goes to show you how many exciting things are going on in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The TV station had it tested, and they brought it to the attention of federal officials. Low-grade wild marijuana was initially grown as hemp to make rope in World War II, but it contains a small amount of the ingredient that makes marijuana smokers high. Congress made it illegal in 1970 to grow any form of the marijuana plant, except, of course, at QAM, where we need it bad. Take away the pain. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Well, once a day is more than enough, otherwise we come to your house and bang. Very weak. Line 9, this is Josh's favorite, QAM.
Hey, Neil.
The Eddie line. Yes, sir.
I wanted to say about the poll yesterday, about the God thing. I was wondering, what would you put for, what's the best evidence that there is no God?
Joe Bell.
Really?
Yeah.
I put the Lennon thing for, Lennon dies and, what's his name, Michael Bolton lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. And also the...
Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter is proof there is no God.
Right, that's it. The one on 64 parody, the one for Paul McCartney's birthday.
Yeah.
I wonder who wrote that. Was it like one of your writers or just someone who sent it in?
One of our writers? You mean one of our big staff members on the show? Oh, come on now.
Well, someone for you, or is it just someone who, called it in?
Oh, no, actually, that one is KJ. That's our guy. That is one of our people, KJ.
Oh, that was great. I heard that on Tuesday. That was the greatest.
Well, here it comes. How do you like that? Adios, amigo.
Now you are older, you still have your hair and your arched eyebrow. I heard you are splitting up with Heather, your wife. It's another day in a life. Last year your age was 63. Time to add one more.
Yes.
Let's have a party for Paul McCartney. Now he's 64.
I'm dying over here.
big news. John and George are gone. George had cancer, John got shot, they didn't survive. Good old Ringo, he's still alive. Once you were busted, holding some weed in Japan on tour. Your wife doesn't need you, her lawyers will bleed you, and you're 64.
995, baby. We got 8 minutes. We need 5 votes for 1,000 by noon. Did I tell you they come through? Ye of little faith. I bet the food ain't there yet, though, is it?
I bet you're right.
Oh, boy. I'm gonna now listen. I don't want to get you nervous, but if it were me, if I'm sitting where you
why
are,
you keep reminding me?
No, listen. I'm just telling you because my experiences with Gary Cerner. At least he's been consistent. There's never been a good one. They've always been bad. Always. Every one has been like, I know he does walk around there with a big bright smile on his face, but nevertheless, everything he always peddles and suggests is always crap. But that doesn't mean the food isn't going to show up because Ruth, Chris, they love me and they love everybody.
And we love them.
Yeah, we'd love them even more if they do show up with that food. Although, steak doesn't travel really well, I don't think, does it?
I'm sure it'll be just fine.
Well, I'll probably nuke it in that nice microwave we got there for one of my listeners at IOD, just like that little refrigerator we got from one of our listeners at IOD. Well, those were the days. I don't want to live in the past, but those were the days. 995 votes. I bet if I refresh it, we might have that 1,000 already right now. That would be a real feather in our pile, I'll tell you that. If you ever find a feather in your pile, I would go out there and look on the door to see if that chicken got away. 996. See, they're toying with us now. They're like timing the 997. All right.
Let's go one by one.
Wow. As opposed to the usual when they come in chunks. But I'm trying to tell you, there's nobody. Don't you understand? There is nobody around at this time of the year. Why do you think I get out of here in the summertime?
The only people.
What?
We're full of the old people. They're coming down here, because it's hot now.
Yeah, well, you think they're going to be calling us or voting? You think the old people are getting out their personal computers and voting on our poll on NeilRogers.com? 998. That's pretty great. 2 mo is all we need. Who do you think is the most self-hating gay celebrity or politician? That's the poll question. Ann Coulter, 359. Man Coulter with that gigantic Adam's apple. She's got a big one. Tom Cruise, 192. Hey, Tommy.
You fairy.
I hate this poll, 116. Matt Fudge, she's got 102, Miss Fudge, from the Fudge Report. Condoleezza, 88. Oh, God, what a thought. Who the hell would touch that? Even Ken Malden wouldn't touch her. Mary Cheney, even in a nice place. Mary Cheney, 81. What a dyke. Alice Rantel, 16. Self-hating queen, 16. Mark Foley, 15. Charlie Crist, your next Republican governor, 15. And Andrew Sullivan on the bottom, 14. And he's used to it. Wouldn't be the first time. 998, he refreshed it, and it came up to 1,003. Oh, my God. And you were saying, oh, they do? Yeah, they do. Forget it. See, you confuse the listening audience with the callers. You got to get over that. If I really thought that the callers were what the listening audience were, I'd have blown my brains out a long time ago, before I met Joe Bell. I never met him. I'm never going to meet him. And by the way, that lunch, Joe, forget about that, too. I don't do lunches.
Not going to have a little lunch with Jolly Raleigh Joe?
Yeah, Jolly Raleigh Joe, when he emailed me, which started my email responses about Monday, whenever it was. Hope you have a fine summer, enjoy your summer schedule, and hope we can still meet when you come down here this summer, because I'm going to be there for a few days, to keep my legal everything kosher and everything, and to do a little doctoring, go get my blood, do the usual stuff you do. But I'm already booked up. Sorry, Joe, I'm not going to have time for that lunch. Oh, the phone is ringing. I bet there's like a package downstairs. Is that exciting or what?
Are you expecting?
I'm expecting. Am I expecting? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think it's a little girl. Let's see. Do we have a live in this? Oh, yeah, we do. Well, I just got to check because we got some of that new copy coming up in the next couple of hours. 11:56, 4 minutes till noon. We got Gildy at 2. And, boy, this station this afternoon is going to get all whipped up for that big game tonight, baby. Shaq and Dwayne. Dwayne in Spain falls mainly with Dwayne. And speaking of Dwayne, you know what else Dwayne brings? Termites. That's why termite season and hurricane season are basically simultaneous. If you think you might have termites in your house, you better call Ridditt Pest Control today for a free termite inspection. Ridditt uses that amazing orange oil treatment that kills termites and their eggs 100% on contact. They're gone faster than you can say, hey, the Jersey Joe is a maniac. Isn't that what his name is, Jersey Joe? Walcott. If you have termites, it's the best possible way to say goodbye to them. You don't have to tent your house. No worrying about poisonous gas. No moving out or staying in hotels or motels. No worrying about food or pets in your health. Because at Ridditt Pest Control, they treat your home with this amazing orange oil. You don't have to leave at all. In fact, when they're done treating your property, the only thing left behind is the clean set of oranges for just a few days. It's true, if you have a termite problem, call Reddit Pest Control right now and find out about this amazing orange roll treatment that kills termites and their eggs 100% on contact. No tenting, no kidding. Call right now for a free no-obligation inspection, 1-800-447-4348. That's 1-800-447-4348. Be sure and tell them that old Todd Dreck told you to call 1-800-447-4348.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is Dick Cheney. I like to relax by having Mary Magdalene massage my balls while listening to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
Fans, you don't like their demands. If they have some request, you'll just say no. And then tell Norma Kent to tell the management you want nobody messing with your show. You're on from 10 till 2, and when your shift is through, tell George he can relax and smoke some weed. And then go tell Joe Bell that he can go to hell. He even almost makes you miss Greg Reed. But don't play a fart, the sound of a fart. I don't think Joyce would understand. 'Cause if you play a fart, the sound of a fart, you'll be in trouble with the Beasley clan.
Oh my God.
Oh!
Don't play a part, you fairy.
1202 at 560 WQM. How's that food coming?
Well, it's definitely. I'm pretty sure it's coming because I just saw Gary Sarner in the old tea room, and he confirmed.
You saw Gary Sarner in the tea room. Was it kosher?
I didn't ask him.
Put a little lemon in it? Nothing like a nice cup of tea. Anyway, there's a package downstairs. I wouldn't be surprised if that's my iPod docking station.
Ooh.
My Logitech iPod docking station. Oh, sorry, Gary. Documents suggest Army lied about Cheney involvement in Halliburton contract. This just in from Raw Story. This could be like a real blockbuster, although at this point, after seeing what happened with the Karl Rove thing, it's just you just give up hope. These people can basically do whatever the hell they want. New documents obtained by a conservative watchdog group suggest that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers may have publicly lied regarding the involvement of the Vice President's orifice in awarding a 2003 multi-billion-dollar no-bid contract to Kellogg Brown and Root, a subsidiary of Halliburton, Raw Story has learned. Raw Story has obtained a copy of the new documents, which were acquired by government watchdog Judicial Watch under the Freedom of Information Act. The Corps could not be immediately reached for comment. Among the 100 pages of newly obtained documents is a 2003 email in which Carol Sanders of the Army Corps writes, Mr. Robert Anderson, Chief Counsel, USACE, participated in a 60 Minutes interview today in New York regarding the sole source award of the oil response contract to Kellogg Brown and Root. Anderson was able to make many of the points we had planned. Sanders subsequently provided sound bites from the interview, including there was no contact whatsoever with the Vice President's office. And then it's got a copy of the original message. Carol, many thanks for forwarding this to me. I was on travel yesterday, did not have the occasion to use the telephone to track down the right person, so I forwarded your messages to Dana Perino, Communication Director for CEQ. She advises that she forwarded it to Jennifer Millerwise, whom I presume is associated with Vice President Cheney. A few sound bites. There is much more bland. Truth is much more bland, so much more uninteresting. I can't read the rest of it. It's blocked out. This directly contradicts another email uncovered by Judicial Watch in 2004. That email, dated in March of 2003, was sent by an official of the Army Corps whose name was redacted. It stated, we anticipate no issue with the KBR deal since the action has been coordinated with the Vice President's office. The Army had earlier refused to hand over the documents. U.S. District Court Judge Ricardo Urbina released them after the group sued, arguing they were being improperly exempted from the Freedom of Information Act. Noting Vice President Cheney's prior relationship to Halliburton, Judicial Watch filed its Freedom of Information request to obtain documents pertaining to the lucrative no-bid contract. The Vice President's associations with Halliburton raised concerns about the appearance of a conflict of interest or favoritism, Judicial Watch said, especially since the contract was awarded to Kellogg Brown Root without a bidding process and because the contract was not announced to the public till after it was approved. The U.S. District Judicial Court judge had to get personally involved and look at these documents in private before they could be released, a Judicial Watch employee told Raw Story. And what the judge said when he saw them was, turn them over, the staffer read. They were abusing the Freedom of Information Act process. Embarrassment is not sufficient cause for exemption. The Cheney contradiction is not the only cause for embarrassment in the documents. One email, for example, includes a frank admission by an Army Corps of Engineer official. It says, I'm copying you on this crap since I honestly believe that competitive procurement will never happen. How do you like that? Your vice president's a crook. Isn't that a surprise?
No.
Isn't that a shock?
No.
How's that food coming? So anyway, you cornered Gary Sarner in the tea room, and he said what?
I said, hey, we've been busting your chops today on the air because, just Neil's making me a little nervous. Just wanted to double check, make sure that's happening.
He said, I'm paying attention to that Neil, that piece of crap.
Actually, he said.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a little hasty. He's like, it's going to be there, which he said at noon, so it's 7 minutes past. By my
he said
count.
the food's going to be there at noon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 7 minutes past noon.
But he said, don't worry, Gary always comes through, so...
Oh, Gary always comes through. Oh, my God. Let's put him on from 2 to 4 with material like that. Gary always comes through. Wow. 1,038 votes on our poll, man. We are really kicking some big, fat, juicy ass. I'll tell you that right now. I was going to, go, because I got some very important stuff. I got to save the world today. I have to make my appointed rounds. Like Howard Beale said in Network. Remember that? He was walking in the rain in that trench coat?
Might have been passed out.
And
at that part.
The elevator guy says, morning, Mr. Beale, and I have to make my witness. Remember that? He's like soaked. He'd been walking in the rain without an umbrella.
I do remember that.
And that was good. Tommy never saw Network. Now, if you were a good guy, I think Tommy would like that. And I don't think he'd fall asleep during it, unless he was smoking too much of that ragweed.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Oh!
CBS has told the FCC it's contesting the $3.3 million fine levied earlier this year for an episode of Without a Trace because the complaints came via an email form letter from conservative organizations. An email form letter. CBS affiliates filed a motion earlier this week with the FCC to formally protest the fines, according to The Hollywood Reporter. The challenge carries implications across all media formats under the FCC jurisdiction, including radio, as many of today's complaints are driven by advocacy group form letters. The stations say that the 4,211 complaints over the show were entirely from the websites of the well-known advocacy groups, the Parents Television Council and the Unctuous American Family Association. The CBS affiliates say that the FCC requires a complaint to come from actual viewers in the station's market for action to be taken, and therefore the fine should be overturned. There were no true complainants from actual viewers, these stations said. Permitting enforcement reliance on a uniform national mass email campaign is akin to simply permitting the Commission to single out programming it dislikes, even in the absence of any viewer complaint, and to target that programming for punishment, said the CBS affiliates in their letter. The Commission wisely has eschewed playing the role of roving enforcer of indecency policy in the past, and it should continue to do so here. Parents Television Council, the unctuous, the obnoxious L. Brent Bozell, said to Adweek in response, everything the Parent Television Council has said is accurate. Every complaint filed comes from a United States citizen who, last I heard, had the constitutional privilege to petition his government. Rather than these stupid legal maneuvers, CBS and Viacom should spend time pondering why it's wrong to broadcast scenes of teen orgies in front of millions of children. Oh, what time are those teen orgies on? I must have missed those. Man, when do we get to see that?
2 to 4.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. Let's get the audio from teen orgies on from 2 to 4.
All right.
In fact, we can... Huh?
I said all right.
Guarantee you beat the hell out of that. Out of that. On Speeder, and he'll be on 2 to 4 again today, as if there's any shock. Mad Dog 4 to 6:30, including that panel. He's got the Larry King panel on. In fact, I think they're going to be talking about that chick in Aruba, Natalie Holloway, and also the coal miner. You know, the survivor. You know, that guy looks like a lady to me. I don't want to pee on his parade because he went through a hell of an ordeal. You know, it's a very sad story. But you know that one guy that survived, they keep schlepping him. He was on there again this morning. He looks like a lady.
Yeah, a little bit.
He does. I'll tell you one thing. He looks more of a lady than Man Coulter.
I'd agree with that.
1,041 votes on the poll, and Gary Sarner says, have no fear because the phone will soon be here. Are you buying it? Are you believing it?
I will buy it when I see it.
Maybe Gary has the rabbi waiting at the door to make sure. He probably has to kosher it all before it comes into the studio and make sure that there's, like, nothing trafe in there. Because, like, for example, if they brought you... Ruth Chris is known, one of the things that they have that's really great is the French onion soup, you know, with a thick layer of cheese on it.
Love French onion soup.
Huh?
I said I love French
who doesn't?
Soup.
Now, if they brought that in with a steak, that would be as trafe as it gets, you know, cheese with meat. Oh, my God. All I could say is...
Oy!
You guys would burn in hell for sure then. I think you already probably will, but that would cinch it. So Gary's probably koshering the meal before they bring it in. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Can you string together some Hyman Roth lines with Fredo?
Now, let me ask you something. Did you see Hyman Roth in the movie Godfather 2, sir?
Yeah.
Are you capable of having conversation, or do you just call every time and ask for some stupid crap like that? You remember when he was going... Like that?
Yeah, play that.
Okay, good. No,
Yeah, play that.
Okay. There it was. That was Hyman Roth. See, I can't do it as well as I did yesterday because I'm basically over that crap.
I think
Thank
it sounds
goodness.
the same.
Huh?
I think it sounds the same.
No, it does not. I can feel it in my nasal passages.
You still got your nasal drip going?
No, not really. That's what I was just saying.
Bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
Where the hell do you get that stuff?
It's magic, man.
Wow. Well, let me tell you.
Well, let me tell you something, my Krut Mick friend.
5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. We are really intensive today, boy. And pretty soon we're going to start doing our sports shows in Espanol. And the Big O.
Rock solid.
It's going to be on 24/7 with a bunch of beaners. See this?
Oh, yeah.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm the gentleman you spoke to yesterday about...
Okay, good one. Don't call me again.
Oh, wait, that was the geezer from the track with the
That was the
scratchy
guy. That was old Lester, Chester, Vester
Molester.
green shirt. Chester the molester. WQAM, hello. I think that was the guy with the dog, wasn't it? The golden retriever?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for that dog. QAM, hello.
Neil God, how are you, sir?
Okay, sir.
Say, Neil, you were talking about Condoleezza Rice, and she's an unusual woman to me. Sometimes she looks just absolutely repulsive, and then other times she looks like really hot. And other times she looks like
you mean like when you're stoned, when you're like staggering, you can barely make it to the door to put the key in it? Yeah.
In the dickweed, yes, sir. But then sometimes she looks like a Colombian Marty Cohen to me. And I was just wondering if it ever looked that way to you.
Yes. What did he say there?
He said something.
Oh.
He said, "Go Shaq."
I think it was...
Oh. You didn't mess with that now, did you?
I actually did not.
Oh, neither did I. That's okay. He was talking about that weed in Sioux Falls.
Right.
1,047 votes on the poll. Well, we have to be extra cautious now because we got Joe going to bat for us with Joyce, So knowing that in advance. 12:13 at 560 WQAM. That food will be there any second, man. I'm going to tell you one thing.
Actually,
it's
your
there
psychic
right now.
powers are working. We just showed up now.
Well, thank God.
So, see, Gary did come through.
Ruth Fertel, rest in peace. She would be very proud of her people at Ruth Chris. She was great. I told you this the other day, and it's true. The best Ruth, phenomenal. The one here in the Hilton Hotel in Toronto.
Right.
It's as good as it gets. So now, do you know what they have there, or is just potpourri? Like
you know what? I'll have a good report for you when we come back.
Now make
from the
sure
break.
that Gary has it koshered before he brings it in here, because we don't want to see. I don't want you to be responsible for eating trafe and burning in hell on the show if Gary isn't overseeing. I'm sure that he's overseeing it.
He's not in here right now, so who knows?
Well, who is in there? The Ruth Chris people in there?
We got a little chef in here. It's great.
Excellent. All right. Why am I jealous now? It's one of the very, very few times. When the melting pot came in with that good stuff, and now, both these times, I'm very jealous.
All for me.
Correct. Hey, if you're a cigar smoker like to kick back with a good premium brand, then Bahia Cigars by Tony Berhani is for you. These hard-to-find cigars are made with first-grade tobacco processed and aged up to 10 years. Now, Bahia is a real boutique cigar maker, and they specialize in small-batch, hard-to-find tobacco. Bahia Gold, the flagship line, gets a 91 rating by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider and a 9.1 by Smoke Magazine. This rich-flavored, well-balanced, full-bodied Nicaraguan cigar's got earthy hints of dark roast coffee, chocolate, spice, and pepper flavors. Also, be sure to try their Bahia Deseo. This one's the hottest release cigar in the last 10 months and gets a high rating of 91 by Cigar Aficionado's Cigar Insider magazine. A powerful cigar with complex notes of leather, earth, and pepper. The finish is long and full-bodied with additional spice and a note of charred wood. If you want to save a lot of money, man, if you want to get 40% off the price of all your Bahia cigars, call them toll-free and tell them that old Neil Rogers told you to call. They will pee in their pants. Call them at 1-800-35-BAHIA. That's 1-800-35-BAHIA.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
The hurricane, not full of power out. Our families were hungry and no food could be found. We had a restaurant that was kind enough to bring some pizza down. Then you walked in the studio and put the whole pie in your mouth.
Give me that pizza. That's my pizza.
Why,
you
dirty little. I don't care if balls you starve to death. It's no concern of mine. I'll have you know it's more important for me who survives. You grant me my celebrity entitlement. And besides, I only had a lick and a schmid and a sliver of a slice of the pizza. I want your pizza. I'll take that pizza.
12:20. It's a damn good thing he's not there right now, man. You think he'd go nuts with a pizza? You can only imagine with some nice juicy steaks.
Yeah, he'd be coming in to rob this.
He would.
By the way, you're gonna be real jealous right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got the works. I mean, we got like the appetizer. We got like this little crab teeny. It's like crab in a martini glass. A little salad and some sauce. And we got fillets, T-bones. We got sweet potato casseroles, and then we're gonna top it off with a little creme brulee. So.
Oh my God.
We're just gonna get fat here today.
Wow. Well, enjoy it, okay? See, there you go, Tommy. That's for all your hard work this week.
Thank you very much. It's
sitting there on your skinny ass. Huh?
It's excellent, by the way.
Of course it's excellent. It's Ruth Chris, man. This isn't like some flop house down the street. This is Ruth Chris.
Well.
It's as good as it gets. You can't touch their meat. Maybe Ken Malden's in the bullpen. Maybe Ken would like a little of that. See, how many votes we got on the poll? 1,058. I guess you guys aren't sharing with anybody. How much did they bring in? Enough for like a whole bunch of people or just for you?
No,
guys?
just enough for us.
Good. Well, lock that door, okay, from the inside. Put a thing across it so they can't come in there.
Well, maybe Gary Sarner want to come in.
Oh, I'm sure he got his own.
Hey, he did come through. I will say that. So you're good.
I told
you're
you
good with me, Gary.
Come through for you. Oh! Good Orthodox boy. They always come through, man. He isn't giving you any rotten tzitzis. I guarantee you that. Now, they bring that kreplach soup too, or has Gary got that made at home?
That's all him.
Here's a blockbuster story from Prison Planet, which they tend to be just a little bit radical on occasion, but nevertheless, did Hillary Clinton attend the Bilderberg conference? So now, we don't have to play this for the food anymore, but now, in regard to this story. Did New York Senator and possible 2008 presidential candidate Hillary Clinton attend this past weekend's Bilderberg meeting in Ottawa, Canada, eh? Our inside sources, coupled with what witnesses saw at the Brook Street Hotel, strongly suggest this to be the case.
Oh, my God.
On Saturday, the second day of the conference, a large Cadillac-style armored limousine with U.S. diplomatic plates arrived at the underground parking garage of the Brook Street Hotel, festooned by police motorcycles and added security. This extra subterfuge was not in evidence for other attendees, such as David Rockefeller and Queen Beatrix, who arrived outside the front of the building and walked straight in. One of our sources spoke with the head of the hotel who informed him that Hillary Clinton had arrived to attend the Bilderberg conference, confirming the rumors we had previously heard. Clinton is a touted presidential candidate, as is New York Governor George Pataki, who, it was reported by the New York Sun, was also in attendance at the Bilderberg meeting.
Oh, my God.
Bilderberg has a proven history of acting in a kingmaker capacity. Both Bill Clinton and Tony Blair attended before becoming president and prime minister, and the mainstream media reported that Bilderberg selected John Edwards as Kerry's running mate in 2004. Could Clinton have attended Bilderberg on Saturday, or was she elsewhere? Clinton's official website makes no mention of any engagements across the entire weekend. New York to Canada is a short hop and back, eh? While Clinton's Saturday movements are ambiguous, we know where she was on Tuesday. She was being roundly booed by her usually sycophantic left-leaning audience at the Campaign for America Future conference. Clinton, a supporter of the Iraq invasion from day one, was heckled and catcalled for again publicly backing the Bush administration's reluctance to withdraw troops from Iraq. So there's Hillary, the Bilderberg. See, I've always said that these people just don't show up out of the woodwork somewhere like termites.
Yeah, listen, if you want to just keep reading stories,
Yeah, that's what I said. Isn't that what I told you? Once the food arrived, you guys aren't going to be paying any attention, assuming that you would have in the first place to these ponderous stories. What? Or even the calls. You don't want to miss those good calls, though. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. I'm a little curious what my package is down there. I'm always tempted to play that because it's pretty long.
Which one?
The Neil Young.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but I don't have any clothes on yet. I want to do it yet.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
I don't want to go down in the lobby without any clothes on. People would be swooning, man. They'd be puking their guts out. Down there in my boxer shorts. Although it is hot enough for that. Let me see what the temperature is here, because I'm sure Paul Castronova is probably listening and taking notes. Let's see what it is, Paulie. It's 75 already. It was only supposed to be 77, but I think we're going to top that. It's only like 12:30, and it's already 75. So I think I probably could handle it in my boxer shorts, but I'll do that after the break. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Excuse me, that's right. I forgot I'm interrupting your lunch. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My bad.
I got more food in front of me right now than
Carter's got pills.
Jesus.
And even Jesus, something. If Karen Carpenter would have been, if Gary Sarner would have invited Karen Carpenter for a meal like this, we could still be enjoying her dulcet, manly tones right now. Speaking of manly, who do you think is the most self-hating gay celebrity or politician? 1,054 votes. Boy, that's impressive. On the 15th of June? Wow. Man Coulter, 387 for man. What a guy. Tommy Cruise, 206. What a lady. I hate this poll, 124. Matt Fudge, she's got 103. Condoleezza, 92. Mary Cheney, that nasty little dyke, 87. Mark Foley, 17. Charlie Chris, 17. Your next governor. Alice Rantel, 16. Andrew Sullivan, 15. In fact, if I refresh this, I bet you we're like right on the edge. 1,064. So we're going to be. We'll have over 1,100 by the end of this hour. So you just keep eating.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a clever way to do this. I don't think there is. Well, whatever. Because after the break, I'll play that thing. Now, how long is that? 5:09. Oh, I can do that easy because I'll have all my clothes and even my shoes on by that time. And I'll be back here before you can say.
This is Neil
Before
Rogers.
you can say, thanks, Jerry Sarter. Thanks, Ruth Chris.
560 GAM.
Rogers God.
Absolutely.
I wrote a protest song that's uninspired. Not much more than 3 basic chords. I say Bush is a criminal and a liar. As if you haven't noticed that before.
Okay, here.
I spent my spare time jotting down some lyrics. Put them all together so they rhyme. Something easy to sing like a protest anthem. But I haven't got nothing like that in about 30 years. Southern man and all dead in Ohio. I wrote my share of songs years ago. Bush got me so upset I thought I'd try it. But I guess I'm too old for this rock and roll. Excuse me a moment as I go to my refrigerator. I bought mortadella and I think it's going bad. If it's still good, I'll make a sandwich later. At $5.99 a pound, that would make me sad.
You mentioned Bush Subs, and okay, that's good enough.
election between September 11th and Saddam Hussein. War is my last choice. We're going to smoke them out. Bring them on. We think Patriot Act constitutional guarantees are in place. The wiretap requires a court order. Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. Although we have not found stockpiles of weapons of mass destruction, and it is true that much of the intelligence turned out to be wrong, no one can now doubt the word of America.
Yes.
Neil, God!
Right. 1238-2201, just another disc. It showed up a day early. I thought it was going to be my thing, my docking station.
Oh, sorry.
What a disappointment. Of course, then I would have had to schlep that thing up here and I'd be all out of breath, as opposed to being like, got all my clothes on and even my shoes. I'm ready to leave right now.
You know what's not a disappointment?
What's that?
This steak and this sweet potato casserole.
It's a disappointment?
It's not a disappointment.
Okay. I was going to say, yeah.
That's yours, buddy.
The sweet potato casserole is, like, ridiculous. It's so sweet, it's like a dessert.
Sweet. Well, that's great. Let's get Pharrell back. Get him on between 2 and 4 this afternoon. He can just sit there and say, sweet. What do you say? I think that's an idea. Let's do it.
I'm going to kick his ass, and then I'll steal his toupee.
There you go. A former Department of Homeland Security press aide accused of sexually preying on a detective posing online as a teenage girl told police he wasn't attracted to children, but he had explicit conversations as a kind of a power trip. Right. It's like, what's his name there? Gary Glitter, who was just doing research. Prosecutors released more than 300 pages of court records in the case against Brian J. Doyle, 56, who was accused of trying to solicit sex with a quote-unquote child and sending pornographic videos to her. He resigned from his job after his arrest and pleaded not guilty. This is a former Department of Homeland Security press aide. The newly released documents include transcripts of alleged online chats and a few telephone calls between Doyle and Polk County Sheriff detectives posing as the fictitious girl named Ashelyn. Or is that Ashelyn? The material also includes a transcript of an interview with detectives after his arrest in which Doyle told investigators that the discussions were fantasy for him and he denied being sexually attracted to children or that he ever intended to meet with a girl. It is very much about being in control and also yet at a safe distance where nobody's really there and they're in an arm's length away, he told detectives. Yeah, I know what's in an arm's length away while he's on his computer. Doyle in fact, I'm sure that Ann Coulter's got one. Doyle refers to the girl often as Ash or Cutie during these conversations that span topics as harmless as pets and vacations to graphic discussions of sex, according to court records. Doyle allegedly provided his government-issued office phone and cell phone numbers, showed off his department ID, and may have used his official computer in the communications with the undercover detective who he thought was this young girl. Well, there you go. In fact, I'm surprised we haven't seen him on Dateline yet.
Well, coming up next.
Probably this coming week. You know, you look at the faces on these guys, and the reaction, almost every one of them, it's the same thing, you know? It's the same thing.
I just love how they try to get out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like you said, you got the two
I wasn't going
religious
to do
guys.
anything. No, I drove 75 miles just to come here and, have a chat.
One guy claimed that, a 13-year-old girl who's, this bad. I wanted to help her. I wanted to give her some guidance.
Right. Now, was that the guy that brought the 12-pack and all the other booze?
Probably.
Yeah, the hard lemonade.
That's good guidance. Maybe a little.
No, he said it was only the lemonade was the only thing that was. At any rate, it's 19-1, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying a fantastic meal. Thanks to that Gary Sarner, man. Here's a guy.
Yes. Chef Abdiel's in here from Ruth's Chris. Prepared everything for us, so.
Thank you, Chef.
Thanks to him.
And thanks to all our close personal paisans at Ruth's Chris. I've been raving about them for about 100 years. I love Ruth's Chris. Hey, and also for years, I've been telling you about our good friends at Dial a Mattress, and I tell you to call that one easy number, 1-800-MATTRESS, when the old mattress is lumpy and saggy and worn out, you're not getting a good night's sleep no more. Dial a Mattress will deliver it within a 2-hour window that you pick when it's convenient for you, when your fat ass is going to be home. They have knowledgeable bedding consultants and lots more. And if you thought dialing 1-800-MATTRESS on the phone was easy, check out mattress.com on the wicked web. Shop on the web anytime, day or night, with product details, prices, and photos. You can check out online or call to place your order and schedule delivery. Get factory direct prices lower than the chain stores even during the so-called big sales. Plus, Dial a Mattress gives you 12 months financing, too. No off-brands either. Dial a Mattress carries only the top makers of mattresses, including all the ones you love, like Sealy, Inserta, King Coil, Simmons, Tempur-Pedic, and even Stearns and Foster Hewitt. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, did you say you had the creme brulee there? See, they're not even responding.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, that's okay. See, I threw that in there because you said you had creme brulee. I was thinking about bananas Foster.
I'm actually diving into it right now.
Oh, boy, do I love that stuff. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you get low prices on the best goods, too. Dial a Mattress ranked #1 in the world of customer satisfaction. I've used them for years, and I guarantee you, I'll bet you everybody's life on it, especially Joe Bell, that you will love them as well. Call 1-800-MATTRESS right now. You can be sleeping like a baby as soon as tonight. 1-800-MATTRESS. Leave off the last S because it stands for stupendous, sensational savings.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM.
The honey, Junior.
See, you want to get married? Well, let me give you some advice. If you want to be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, yeah, the shit's up to marry you. If you want to be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew. A Jewish wife is like a curse. I can't think of anything worse. All she ever wants to do is shop. Take your credit card and never stop. Shows no interest at all in sex. She only cares about your paycheck. You are never gonna get laid. You'll regret the commitment you made. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, get a ship's up to marry you. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew. When your honeymoon is finally through, there are things she's never gonna do. She only cares about her nails and hair, not a bit about what's down there. You are gonna feel like a schmuck, 'cause you're never gonna get to find out how it feels to be eternally practicing celibacy. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, get a shit's up to marry you. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew.
Call 48 at 560 WQM. We got Geldy coming up. Very intensive. You can be sure of that between 2 and 4. And then Mad Dog with that panel of Heat groupies. Ira Windbag and Eric Reed, who talks through his teeth. And who else is going to be on there? Tony Fiorentino? And maybe, what's his name?
Randy Fun.
Randy Pafund.
Pat Riley.
Pat Riley be on there. Every Heat fan is going to be on there. Shaq is going to be on. We're going to have Dwayne Wade. Dwayne's not playing tonight, by the way. Got some bad news. Got a hair trigger. Ann Coulter, what? That's what I'm hearing. That's the rumor I'm spreading. No, Dwayne. Dwayne in Spain falls mainly on... let's see. The article about Ann Coulter, you already got it on our website. That was pretty good because I just sent it to you this morning. You must have been putting stories on this morning.
How about that?
Oh. In new book, Coulter Crib Stem Cell List from Right to Life Group. And it's much too long for me to read and much too ponderous. But basically, as usual, she plagiarizes and steals and takes things out of context and twists them around and lies through her teeth. Because she's a hateful, nasty sow, is what she is.
The sow is mine.
If there's anybody out there who didn't see The Exorcist and you're going to be bored this weekend, I'd go out there and get that the new version of it, the DVD, the one where she like goes down the stairs backward and her head spins around. And instead of pea soup this time, she throws up tomato soup. Oh, it's beautiful.
Let Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, Lynn. Now cut it out.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, when she moved in with Rick Springfield, she was 15 years old with her mother's permission. Isn't that just a little... well, I guess after all she went through in that movie, I guess it kind of like matured her fast, huh? You don't think? You don't think 15's a little bit young? He was 24. She was 15.
Yeah, it's
Is that
pretty
okay?
bad. That's pretty bad.
Is it bad?
That's
He
real
said
bad.
it was pretty good.
Wow.
Who do you think is the most self-hating gay celebrity or politician? That's our poll question. What did I tell you? Way before 1 o'clock, we got 11:04. Boy, we are making some serious progress. We are picking up the audience back one at a time, one by one. You'll see. By the end of the year, we'll be back up to like a 2-share. Ann Coulter. Man Coulter's got 400 votes, boy. She dominates every negatory poll. Who do you wish would die a wicked death? Ann Coulter. Who do you think is the nastiest sow? Ann Coulter. Who should only get run over by a Mack truck this afternoon before 5 o'clock? Man Coulter. Who's the lyingest, nastiest piece of right-wing, at any rate, other than George Bush? Tom Cruise, 217. You're not fooling anybody, Tommy.
You fairy.
I hate this poll, 132. Matt Fudge, she's got 105. Well, she ain't making much movement on here now. She's kind of like stagnating. Condor Leeser has got 96. Mary Cheney's got 87, talking about dykes. Charlie, and then after that, the others, they don't know. Charlie Christ, 18. Mark Foley, 17. Andrew Sullivan, 16. And poor Alice Rantel, only 16. Self-hating screamer out of 1107. Let's take a bunch of calls now that you guys have eaten, and I just got to hear about it.
Woo.
I was all whipped up. See, I wouldn't feel so bad if my docking station would have showed up.
No.
I mean, it's just a disc. You know, there's pretty interesting stuff on here that we can sample. We'll probably have to dump a few things, but...
Hey, you never know. That could be the greatest disc ever.
Hey, it could be. I doubt it, though. I listened to it. I do have a Man Coulter bit on there I'm going to play in a minute. It's called Ann Coulter So Bitchy. I think you'll enjoy that. Everybody can throw darts at the radio. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Let's hear it for the Heat, baby. They're white hot. WQAM, hello.
Let's get that Queasy Weapon Jones on here.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
Do you remember Fruitcake?
Yeah.
It's been years and years since I used to hear that guy call you.
Yeah, he's in Israel.
Could you play the restitution song?
Yeah, right. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello. Okay. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, is Kevin Spacey on the poll?
Kevin Spacey, what's self-hating about him?
Anyways, that's how I called. Hey, for some odd reason...
What's self-hating about Kevin Spacey? You don't even understand the poll question.
Well, isn't he in the closet?
So what does that mean? That makes him self-hating? Almost every famous gay person's in the closet. Go ahead.
I misunderstood the poll then.
Obviously.
Anyways, for some odd reason, I read the Brokeback Mountain short story.
Yeah.
And in the that 110 scene, the catcher guy, he says, "Oh, my pistol's going off."
5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Only one thing I can say about that guy.
Yay.
Talking about people in the closet.
Well, there's rumors that Kevin Spacey is in the closet.
No, I know that. That doesn't qualify for the poll.
No, I know. I'm just, I was throwing that out there.
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Some good info for you.
Well, but he's like, no, it's not good info. It's old news, man. I hate to break the news to you. Well, maybe with your crowd, it's big news, Old news. That's like saying that Raymond Burr was, No, he's one of those guys that depending on what mood he feels like, one day he's in, the next day he's out. He's got like one toe on the edge of the closet door there, which is, at least is improvement. We don't have to have R. Kelly go there and shoot him up,
Not put
Bust
out
the
my
cap
gun.
in his head. R. Kelly might just do it. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Check out MyIdiots.com. You'll find. I think you might enjoy that.
MyIdiots.com?
MyIdiots.com.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Okay.
Thanks.
WQAM, hello. I thought that's what we were doing today on this phone, checking out My Idiots. Isn't that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
WQAM, MyIdiots.com, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I really want to give Susan Gray a red lip.
Yeah, okay, Gray. I'm real happy to hear it. And what did I tell you? I told you before the show today. Today rhymes with Susan Gray. What did I tell you? He got me so curious, I even Googled Susan Gray. I bet you he'd like to Google Susan Gray. It sounds like it. Now, there's all kinds of Susan Grays. There's Susan Gray, the singer. She's got her own website.
Yeah, did you happen to hear some of that crap?
No, I did not.
Oh,
why, you think I would listen to that?
Lucky you.
He doesn't care about her voice, okay? He's not concerned. I'm sure that any of the other people on that website. From a distance on that one picture I've seen, she looked pretty fine. From a long, long ways away. From afar.
Yeah, she's good.
Are you guys still picking out, or what's the story there?
I have more food, but I can't eat it. I can't eat it.
Well, wrap it up and do a doggy bag, man. Take it home. Doggy
Come on,
style.
don't you think I'm ahead of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I bet you Tommy's like 180 now.
You want me to weigh myself again?
I think
we got a scale.
I think during the break you ought to waddle in there and hop on that scale because.
Speaking of waddling in.
Yeah.
You know who waddled in as soon as they saw some food?
Oh, don't tell me. If you tell me that fat boy waddled in there, I'm going to be just.
No, the other one. Not High Boy.
The other one?
The other fat boy.
Not the Beast. What the hell is he still doing there? I'll guarantee you anything. He gets in there. Let me look at the schedule. He was on 5:30 to 10 on the board. So that means he was there like at 5 o'clock this morning, and he comes in there at noon. I guarantee you there's no way in the world he would have stayed around there if there wasn't a bunch of food in there. Now, please tell me you didn't give him any food, please.
No. All for me. All for me.
I'm serious. You didn't give him a crumb, did you?
No, not. We gave a little bit to Jen. She came in and we like
That's
Jen
fine.
a lot.
We like her a lot. Yes.
Absolutely. So we gave her one of the crab martinis, which she absolutely loved.
Well, give us some crabs to the chazer there.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sure wouldn't be the first time.
This is 560 QAM.
It's Scott Farrell. And when I'm up in Boca Chica slapping old women with painted lips around the pool, I listen to the Neil Rogers 1 to 2 hour. I listen to the Neil Rogers Fair and Balanced 1 to 2 hour.
On the 9/11 widows, and in particular a group that had been outspoken and critical of the administration. These broads are millionaires, lionized on TV. I've never seen people enjoying their husband's death so much.
Yeah. And Coulter's so bitchy, she is full of hate. Makes everybody angry, gets the liberals all worked up. Worshipped by the Fox News gang, 'cause she's blonde and tall. But if she ever ended up missing, no one would care at all. You could be a widow, you could be a priest. You know that she'll attack you if you ever disagree. I wonder what she's thinking by dropping verbal bombs. She supports our soldiers by attacking grieving moms. Can you make her go away? Can we break her skinny legs?
Yes.
We wish each other face, but her balls get in the way. Is she a woman anyway? One thing we sure can say, and culture's a disgrace. And culture's a disgrace.
Absolutely. They dare to speak out?
To speak out using the fact that they're widows. How about sending in somebody we're allowed to respond to? No. We always have to respond to someone who just had a family member die. Because then if we respond, you're questioning their authenticity. They were using their grief in order to make a political point.
These broads, are millionaires stalked by grief for watching it. I've never seen people enjoying their husband's death so much.
They're all over the news. All over the news.
See, I told you, her balls get in the way. It was a good line.
You bitch, you slut, you whore.
Amen. Wasn't that pretty good?
That was good.
Damn good thing I went down there and got that disc during that long, ponderous thing, that Neil Young song. Ann Arbor, Michigan, man. They got the good stuff in Ann Arbor. Maybe that's where Sigourney Weaver should have gone. That's where they got the good stuff.
Now, does George have that movie?
What?
So I can see it?
Imaginary Heroes? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Okay, well, that'll be next.
I bought it. I Amazon.com'd it to him. He liked it. He liked it very much.
He just gave me another movie that I just watched.
What was that?
Frailty.
Frailty?
Frailty, yeah.
What is that all about?
I don't know if you'd like that one. It was Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton. Pretty crazy movie about a guy who says he has a vision from God and he goes on this killing spree because God's telling him to kill demons, kind of thing. But pretty interesting.
He never recommended that to me.
Maybe he doesn't think it's your bag.
Well, what the hell does that mean? Am I some kind of like an emotional cripple? Is that it? Maybe it's not my bag. Anyway, you like imaginary heroes, I think. I'm not sure, but I can't imagine anybody not liking that movie. It's really good. Sigourney Weaver is just great in that movie. A man who ran naked through his neighborhood to persuade his girlfriend to marry him got more than he bargained for when he was chased and shot at, police said. How did Tommy's weight come out?
You know what? He didn't gain any. He's just the same. He's about 177.
Where'd he go? He left?
No, I'm right here.
Oh, I thought maybe he ate and ran out. That wouldn't surprise me.
No.
I'm very proud, though, that you turned the beast down, although I don't know whether I should believe that or not.
I have Josh for a witness. He went into Josh's room, too, and said, look at you eating.
I think he gave about 2 sniffs, and then when I didn't look or react that he was in here, I think then he left.
I would have cut some really foul cheese and said, hey, beef, sniff this. That's what I would have done. I would have given him a Joyce. The couple were discussing marriage early Wednesday. When the woman said she wasn't sure if she was ready, according to Ann Arbor police reports, the man responded that taking risks is an important part of life, and to prove his point, jumped out of a first-floor window and ran naked across the street. Before he could return, he spotted a couple walking and hid in some bushes to avoid them. A 28-year-old man noticed the bushes rustling and bare feet underneath, then drew a .40 caliber handgun and ordered the naked man out. Yeah, usually when you walk in by a bunch of bushes, the bushes aren't rustling unless it's pretty windy, and especially don't usually see a bunch of bare feet. A whole bunch of them. The naked suitor ran away, but the armed man gave chase and threatened to shoot, police said. The gunman fired a shot, and the naked man fell to the ground, suffering minor injuries. How do you like that? I wonder if he shot him in the... A resident called police, who arrested the gunman on charges of aggravated assault and carrying a concealed weapon. He was released following further investigation. The naked man was not arrested and did not want to pursue charges.
Why?
Well, would you? Would you want the publicity of running around naked like a crazy person and somebody shoots at you?
He's already got it. I mean, the guy just shot him for no reason. That's pretty bad.
Well, what do you mean for no reason? If you're lurking naked in the bushes and you're with your girlfriend or whoever...
Were they his bushes?
Oh, I got a good line for that, but then we'll be all done. Ask Susan Gray.
Okay.
The American Civil Liberties Union, I got a lot of stuff I'm going to go through this hour, so if these clowns on the phone, I don't have time for it. We took tons of calls. They were really great. Maybe one, okay? Maybe one. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that movie Frailty that Josh was talking about, you did see it. That was like 2-3 years ago because you guys were talking about it, you and George, and I got a chance to see it. And it's pretty good.
Well, it sure didn't ring any bells with me. He was running around killing people for the hell of it?
No. John Paxson is the dad, and McConaughey is the little kid, and he has a brother, and John Paxson just brings like whores and pedophiles into the house, and he kills them and buries them in the backyard, in the shed. It's a good movie. I mean, I thought it was.
Well, I better watch it again because I must have forgotten all about it.
I got a question for you and your audience.
Yes, sir.
If anybody can figure out what the hell is Donnie Darko about, the ending, I will send you a basket of apples.
Oh, you mean when he dies in the end?
Yeah, I know that, but he can travel back in time. He travels to the future, and he figures out that
the ending destroys an otherwise sensational movie. The movie is terrific, and then in the end,
The mother, I mean, to me, the mother did the best job at the
See, one thing about Jake Gyllenhaal, every movie he gets it in the end. See it, Pally. Yeah, see, he got that. Yeah, he was in that Broadcast Mounting, I think. Who's the other guy that was in it? I don't want to know. What a horrible movie. I sure hope Tommy didn't see that movie. You wouldn't watch that, would you, Broadcast Mounting?
No.
Good choice. Did I start with this thing? What was the other movie I was just saying? Oh, last night, what the hell was the name of that movie? Oh, my God, it was so strange. Can't believe I can't think what the hell the name of it was. Begin with an S. Go through all the movies that begin with an S.
Strangeland?
No. Let me do my IMDb. Won't it save? Yeah. It'll save the ones that I've just been Googling, right, on the IMDb website? Huh? One moment, please.
Well, who's in it? I mean, you got any, hints for us so we can guess?
I'll find it. Relax. Sleepwalkers.
Oh, that's a classic. The Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. With the cats.
You saw that?
Of course, 1,000,000 times.
Get out of here.
Are you kidding me?
You think that's a good movie?
It's crazy, but, it's got its purpose. Nothing wrong with that.
There are several, the comments on IMDb, there are several people who say it's the worst movie they've ever seen in their life.
I mean, I wouldn't consider...
Which I guess they didn't see the Kurt Cobain movie, Last Days, but...
It's like a USA movie, you know what I mean? I don't think it was out in theaters.
It's got a 4.3 out of 10. That's pretty weak. 4.3. You know what? The only thing that kept me watching was Brian Krause.
Who, the guy in it?
Yeah, the blonde kid.
Right.
Now, Listen to me. I could be wrong, but I can Google it here. Madsen Amick. Now he was in Return to the Blue Lagoon, and I think she was the chick in that movie too.
Whatever you say.
What? You never saw Return to the Blue Lagoon?
No.
Well, I'm telling you. Ask Tommy. Tommy, do you see that?
Yeah, I did.
She's pretty hot. Madsen Amick. No?
I don't know what her real name is. Which one are you talking about?
There were only two basically people that were stranded on the island again. They went back.
The young girl.
The young girl.
Smoking.
He was the young guy. It was Brian Krause was in that movie.
Okay.
In fact, you're wasting my time. Okay, you guys are just.
I mean, I remember her from Sleepwalkers.
Boy, he sure looks bad now. I'll tell you. Let's see. How old is he? He's 37. Boy, he's sure aging badly, Brian Krause. His picture's here on IMDb. Holy cow!
What was her name again?
Madsen Amick. Okay, well, wait a minute. Oh no, I don't want to go back to Sleepwalkers again. Excuse me. I want to go back to here it is. Return to the Blue Lagoon, 1991. He played Richard. Played. Oh, look at that. That one's even got a word. And it was a horrible movie. 4.0 out of 10. That's right. No, it was Mila Jovovich. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Jovovich. He was in that, but it was Mila Jovovich.
We like her.
Yeah. So there you go. No, actually, she was in the Sleepwalkers. This other one, Madsen Amick. You didn't think she was cute?
Yes. She's just fine.
She was just fine. And he was almost as pretty as she was, I thought.
Okay.
Well, I'm just telling you right now. That's why I watched a little bit of it. I watched about half an hour of it, and I said, enough with this. You thought that was a good movie, Sleepwalkers?
It was, it's not.
You see, you're into the Stephen King thing, man. You're sucked in because it's Stephen King. That automatically must be a good movie?
That's not true.
It sucks. It was horrendous.
It was like
and
a
then,
TV
of course,
movie.
I think you liked it, huh?
It was like a USA movie, I think.
I do not think so. It was a regular in-the-theater movie. And, of course, the incestuous thing with his mother there, that was a little bit over the top.
Part of the movie, man.
Well, there's John Murtha carrying on.
Ready. We are the targets. We are causing the problem. You know who wants us to stay in Iraq right now? The Al-Qaeda wants us there because it recruits people for them. China wants us there. North Korea wants us there. Russia wants us there. We're depleting our resources. Just like Russia depleted their resources in Afghanistan.
Right.
The same thing is happening by the United States.
There you go. You go, John. I say John Murtha for president if he wasn't such an old fat guy. He's good. He's got a pair, man. Not as big as Ann Coulter's, but he's got a pair. 12 minutes after 1 at 560 WQAM. If you're a cigar smoker and like to kick back with a good premium brand, then Bahia Cigars by Tony Borhani, this is for you. These hard-to-find cigars are made with first-grade tobacco processed and aged up to 10 years. Bahia is a real boutique cigar maker specializing in small-batch, hard-to-find tobacco. Bahia Gold, the flagship line, gets a 91 rating by Cigar Aficionado, Cigar Insider, and 9.1 rating by Smoke Magazine. This rich-flavored, well-balanced, full-bodied Nicaraguan cigar has got earthy hints of dark roast coffee, chocolate, spice, and pepper flavors. Also, be sure to try the Bahia Deseo, the hottest released cigar in the last 10 months. It gets a high rating of 91 by Cigar Aficionado's prestigious Cigar Insider. The Deseo is a powerful cigar. It, man, is a big gut blaster with complex notes of leather, earth, and pepper. The finish is long and full-bodied, with additional spice and a note of charred wood. If you want to save you a lot of money, if you want to save 40% off the cost of all your Bahia cigars, call this toll-free number and tell them that old Neil Rogers told you to call. 1-800-35-BAHIA. That's 1-800-35-BAHIA.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
The president met with religious leaders today in order to put a federal constitutional ban on same-sex marriage on the front burner. Gay rights activists say the president is pandering.
Marriage is the most fundamental institution of civilization. I believe a marriage is between a man and a man. What they do in the privacy of their house, consenting adults should be able to do. This is America. It's a free society. We have to redefine traditional marriage. I'm coming out. Yeah, I am mindful that we're all sinners. And Laura and I are coming out.
It's 1:17 at 560 WQAM. The American Civil Liberties Union sued the U.S. Defense Department yesterday to demand information it says the government has collected on groups opposed to the war in Iraq. The group says the Pentagon has been monitoring anti-war groups and individuals, a compiled list of people it sees as potential threats, but who the ACLU says are just exercising their free speech rights. The suit was the ACLU's first attempt to force the Pentagon to disclose domestic surveillance and followed similar suits by the organization against the FBI and the Justice Department. It's absolutely improper for the U.S. military to keep databases on lawful First Amendment free speech activities, said ACLU attorney Ben Weisner. These are peaceful, law-abiding groups and individuals who oppose U.S. war policy but pose no threat to the military. The ACLU said the Defense Department shared the information with other government agencies through the database known as the Threat and Local Observation Notice, or TALON. The threat, like those old farts in San Diego. Remember that in Fahrenheit 9/11? Mm-hmm. Those old cookie-baking farts, man. They were eating cookies. Woo. God only knows what was in those cookies. How many votes we got? 1,148. Democrats are touting 6 polls released this week that all brought good news for Senate Democrats and Democratic candidates, according to Ross Story. In New Jersey, incumbent Democrat Robert Menendez looks safer than ever, increasing his lead over Tom Kean, 43-36. Bush's popularity seems to be a real issue in New Jersey, where Bush's approval is under 30%.
About 30, man.
And New Jersey voters agree with claims that Kean Jr. is a George Bush Republican by a 25-point spread. Pennsylvania State Treasurer is leading incumbent obnoxious right-wing Republican Rick Santorum in the latest Strategic Vision survey, 49-40%. Though this is not a record gap in the race by any means, Casey's lead over Santorum has been consistent. An independent poll conducted for Ohio TV stations this week showed Democratic challenger Sherrod Brown with a 48-39% lead over Republican incumbent Mike DeWine. And it goes on. In Tennessee, Congressman Harold Ford is polling statistically tied with all 3 GOP candidates, hoping to succeed retiring crook Senator Bill Fist. So there you go. But you still have this sinking feeling in your heart that knowing the way the Democratic Party can always grasp defeat from the jaws of victory, that something will happen. Plus, of course, we already had a couple of June surprises in the last week. Maybe we'll have a July surprise, and an August and a September, and probably a very big October surprise.
Perhaps.
Maybe even they'll have like the charred remains of somebody called Osama. It might not be Osama, but, you know. We don't even have Mullah Omar, much less, what's the other, Ayman the Pieman.
Well, maybe one of these days a 500-pound bomb will find him.
Came through for you. I'm really depressed. And by the way, just one footnote on this, and then I'm just going to wipe him off my memory bank as far as your general manager is concerned. Because the only reason I got that email is because Norma Kent, sent him a caustic message that he didn't respond to the 2 emails I sent on Monday. So he responds to the one that had nothing to do with any issues, okay? That was just, anybody could have done that with some caustic comment. But the one where I laid out the issues that are facing all of us on this radio station, just the stonewall again, ignored it. So where there's no sense, there's no feeling, okay? So don't go there. That's my best suggestion. Don't go there. Unlike our president, he's not a problem solver. In the aftermath of 3 suicides at the controversial Guantanamo prison facility in Cuba last Saturday, reporters with the LA Times and the Miami Herald were ordered by the Office of Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld to leave the island yesterday. A 3rd reporter and a photographer with the Charlotte Observer were given the option of staying till Saturday, but editor and publisher has learned we're told that their access to the prison camp was now denied. An E&P Pressing Issues column on Tuesday covered an eye-opening dispatch by the Observer's Michael Gordon, carried widely in other papers. He had listened in with permission as the camp commander gave frank instructions to staff on how to respond to the suicides. All 4 journalists left the island yesterday, arrived in Miami about 12:30 p.m. A Pentagon spokesman, J.D. Gordon, confirmed the order to leave the island this morning, but told editor and publisher it was unrelated to the stories produced by the journalist, while admitting that Gordon's piece had caused controversy. He asserted that the move was related to other media outlets threatening to sue if they weren't allowed in. He didn't say why. Instead of expelling the reporters already there, the Pentagon simply didn't just let the others in, beyond citing new security concerns. Everything's a big secret, baby, because it's the war on terror. It's the war on terror. Don't you understand? Everything's the war on terror. When the hell did I send you this article? I had to print this out from our website. I don't remember sending this to you. It must be my Alzheimer's. Southern Baptists won't back public school pullout.
Okay.
I remember the previous article I mentioned yesterday. When the hell did I send this?
I don't know.
Oh, well, don't worry. Members of the Southern Baptist Convention refused yesterday to support a resolution urging the denomination to form a strategy for removing children from public schools in favor of homeschooling or education at private schools. Homeschooling like that. The exit strategy proposal offered by Roger Moran of Troy, Missouri, and Texas author Bruce Short came as many Southern Baptists are concerned about how classrooms are handling subjects such as homosexuality and intelligent design. But the SBC's Resolutions Committee instead called on members to engage the culture of our public school systems by exerting godly influence, declining to put the proposal from Moran and Short before delegates to their annual meeting. Exert godly influence. I'm sure they're talking about...
Oh, God!
The committee instead forwarded a more moderate resolution titled On Engaging the Direction of the Public School System, which was to be debated last night at the final session of their annual meeting. The proposal from Moran, in short, author of The Harsh Truth About Public Schools, complains that curricula teaching that the homosexual lifestyle is acceptable are being implemented in public schools. Man, they are just obsessed. All these Farbisha Nagoya, man, they're obsessed with homos, man. That's all they know from. They're obsessed with homos. And yet the American public doesn't give a flying crap about homos no more. They got bigger fish to fry. That's what Susan Gray told me. How do you like that? You know what she said?
Yeah.
She said, y'all come to the fish fry. No trans fats there. 1,155 votes. I think we got a little shot here at 1,200 today during the show.
That would be impressive.
Especially since I didn't think this poll would attract, a whole lot. I don't know. Just didn't feel that they would even... Like the one guy didn't even understand it.
Why would you think that? After this week, we've had such good response. It's been the white hot web.
What are you trying to say? Is that a shot at George? Hey, Tommy, when George comes back, tell him that Josh is throwing him under the bus.
Okay.
Just like a fat boy tried to throw him under the bus. Well, it's getting pretty crowded under that bus. So the Beast came in there snoring for free food, huh? He's just kind of sniffing around?
Sniffing around a little bit.
Now, was he waiting for you to offer him something? Or
I guess. He was standing over me.
Really? He was hovering?
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm. What a cow.
I wasn't going to give him any of my...
I get the feeling Tommy hates him like poison.
Who?
The Beast.
Silence is golden, man. Silence is golden.
And remember Pharrell kept talking about dumping him off the show. He just, he rubs you the wrong way in a very short period of time. Like when we had him on the show here, what day was it that we had him on for a couple hours? I couldn't wait for him to get the hell out of there. He just gets on your nerves. And, of course, Mo was very tight with him, too. But then he was, at least Mo was consistent. He was that way with everybody. You know, I saw this thing yesterday. I saw the clip on TV. How embarrassing. Did you see your president?
Oh, when he's with the reporters?
Yeah, the reporter from the L.A. Times who got up and he had the dark shades on.
About it this morning.
The guy is legally blind. He has only a little bit of peripheral vision.
And then he's like,
so he wears the dark shades.
But the laugh afterwards is the best.
Yeah, everything's a big joke. Yeah, everything's a big joke. Well, when you're a moron, everything is like, just like that. Everything. That's exactly it. President Bush, who often teases members of the White House press corps, apologized yesterday after he poked fun at a reporter for wearing sunglasses without realizing they were needed for vision loss. The exchange occurred at a news conference in the Rose Garden. He called on L.A. Times reporter Peter Walston and asked if he was going to ask his question with his shades on. For the viewers, there's no sun, Bush said to the TV cameras. But even though the sun was behind the clouds, Wallen still needs his sunglasses because he has Stargardt's disease, a form of macular degeneration that causes progressive vision loss. The condition causes Walston to be sensitive to glare, and even on a cloudy day can cause pain and increase the loss of sight. Walston said Bush called his cell phone later in the day to apologize, tell him he didn't realize he had the disease. He said, "I needle you guys out of affection," Walston said. "I said, I understand that, but I don't want you to treat me differently because of this." Or whatever. So probably next time they have one of them, he'll probably flip him the bird and hopefully he doesn't see it.
Right.
Very sad. It's that kinder, compassionate conservatism that, permeates the whole world now, thanks to the Bushmeister. And thanks for those low gas prices, too, Mr. President. Thank you so much. 27 after 1 at 560 WQM. If you love the finer things in life, then you'll love Stogie's, Miami's quintessential cigar shop in Kendall. With South Florida's largest selection of cigars, Stogie's of Kendall is sure to have all your favorites. Stogie's has got over 1,000 open boxes of cigars to choose from, including Arturo Fuente, Padron, Monte Cristo, Romeo and Julieta, and lots more, including a large selection of premium cigars at closeout prices, as well as the obscure and hard-to-find stuff. If you want the good stuff, come into Stogie's today and enjoy a smooth smoke in their wine lounge featuring some of the finest boutique wines from around the world. In fact, in that movie, what is it, Imaginary Heroes?
Yeah.
Before she gets busted, Sigourney Weaver, she goes in the, she finds some pot hidden in the, because there's all kinds of drugs in their house. Everybody's doing every kind of drug. And she finds a little bag. And so she goes to the convenience store and she says, "I need some papers." Instead of selling her papers, the guy, he gives her, he didn't sell it to her, he gives it to her a cigar. He says, "Cut this in half, take the tobacco out, roll it up, and make it, and that's it." Isn't that incredible?
Were you going to say a blunt?
Join Stogie's every Friday for their wine tasting from 5 till 8 p.m., featuring some of the most delicious Bordeaux France has to offer. Located at 11612 North Kendall Drive, open every day, 7 days a week. Or call to reserve a box of your favorite cigars at Stogie's. Call them at 305-598-9820. And be sure when you go into Stogie's, say hello to Mario and the girls, Sandra and Yanni, and get you a free cigar of the day, just for mentioning their name. They like that. Stogie's, call them at 305-598-9820.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Grab my junior, honey.
This is an ABC News special report.
Today, Iraqis are celebrating the death of Abu Musab al-Zarqawi, and this morning President Bush says justice was delivered.
Now Zarqawi has met his end. and this violent man will never murder again. I'll ask her a couple of questions today, Scott, if you got one.
Yeah, my name's John.
Hold on for a second. You're through. John.
You're still looking at me. Whatever. Does this mean we can finally get out of Iraq and bring the troops home?
I recognize that Americans want our troops to come home as quickly as possible. This will not happen on my watch.
Are you kidding me?
Let me finish with that, John, please. We intend to stay forever.
133, 2702, we got Geldy and all that stuff coming up at 2 o'clock. Mad Dog at 4, and then we got, of course, very intensive Shaq stuff, I'm sure, with that big panel.
Yes.
I bet you Ira's going to be on there like till forever, like Bush just said, forever.
I bet you're right.
Marlins on deck at 6:30, though. We got the Marlins hosting the Braves as they try for the sweep before the Blue Jays come into town tomorrow. And Eddie K. You got the Heat rewind directly after the game, is what it says here. But what if the game is like, well, I don't want to go into that again, because you're giving me the same silly answer. Wait till you hear this. It goes to show I made a premature purchase on my docking station. The state-of-the-art iCarta makes it easier for people to listen to beats while using the bathroom. It gives a completely new meaning to the phrase rock and roll. They've invented a cutting-edge gadget combining a portable music player and a toilet paper dispenser, and there's a picture of it right here.
Whoa, where can I see this?
It's on dailymail.co. Where the hell did I find this? What, I don't know. I don't know.
Send me that link, why don't you?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's on Lynn Samuels, okay? LynnSamuels.com.
Oh, never mind.
And it's, why not?
Just kidding.
It says the iPod that lets you roll with it. It's got not a picture, but a drawing of it. Anyway, the state-of-the-art device called an iCarta makes it easier for people to listen to beats while using the bathroom. It's designed, according to U.S. manufacturers, to enhance your experience in the smallest room. The gadget, which costs around $99, merges an iPod docking station with a Lou roll dispenser. This is in the England Daily Mail, a Lou. Hey, Lou, after music lovers have downloaded... Oh, it seems to me there's an awful lot of downloading going to be going on in the magic room, you know what? After you've downloaded songs from the Internet on their iPod, they can place it in a socket in the top of the dispenser. And, you know, it shows a regular toilet roll dispenser, but in the back of it, it's got like a bracket, and it's got a slot in the top, and you stick your iPod in there. It's a docking station with a roll of toilet paper.
Sweet.
Then, while sitting on the toilet, using the shower, luxuriating in a bubble bath, they can listen to their favorite tunes. The device delivers high-quality sounds from moisture-resistant speakers, according to the manufacturer, ATEC Flash Technology. It also recharges the iPod while playing songs, either pre-programmed or a random selection. The iCarta is 8 inches wide, 7 inches deep, and 3 inches high, designed to be mounted on the bathroom wall, kind of like Clarence is used to that, getting mounted on the bathroom wall, and it's powered by rechargeable batteries. It's the latest high-tech contraption that features an MP3 player. Manufacturers have already produced a robotic dog that dances when somebody connects it to a music player, and DJs are beginning to forsake vinyl records and CDs for mixing discs which use iPods. What is a mixing disc? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
No, not sure. Although I'm looking at the picture of this right now.
You see it?
Yeah.
Looks pretty neat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Wow. Now, just be careful, though, because it looks like the iPod is awfully close to the toilet paper roll, so careful what you're smearing around there.
And that model is white.
Yeah.
I want to get a little
Oh,
there.
That's right. And then in April, the Mail told how the latest model of the classic Swiss Army knife featured a detachable MP3 player, which means owners of the state-of-the-art knife could store and play up to 250 songs downloaded from the Internet. One website, which reviews the latest technology, described iCarta as one of the stranger iPod accessories we've ever seen, but it's certainly ideal for anyone wanting to listen to rock band Oasis' #1 single, Roll With It. Isn't that cute? Roll With It. Oh, man. That is really most amusing. Not. Yeah, it looks okay. I mean, you don't want to waste your docking station by sticking it in the toilet, you know.
Right, yeah.
If it would ever show up. 1,195 votes. You got to be kidding me. We're at 1165. I'm sorry. 1165. That means we need 35 in 23 minutes to get to 1,200 by 2 o'clock.
We can do it.
I think that would be written up like in the annals of the human race. That would probably get in the Guinness Book of Records, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular wireless line. WQAM, hello.
You were talking about the gray one a while.
Yeah, we were. We hoped he would croak. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, it's interesting you brought up that iPod thing for the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, I guess that's to keep the beat while you're going, but from what I gather, the Starbucks down here could really use those things.
Anybody have any idea what that means?
He's a crazy person?
Oh, that's unusual. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Okay, sir.
The iPod mixer thing, I know a friend of mine's a DJ,
It's about the size of a briefcase, and you put 2 iPods in it instead of mixing with discs and fooling around and getting the discs from one pocket to another and mixing them back and forth.
Right.
All your music's just in 2 iPods, and you don't change anything. It's just kind of cool.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay, thanks, Pally.
Bye.
56705. I'm so sorry I brought that thing up. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello. QAM. WQAM, hello. Boy, these are strange. See that? Oh, there it is. QAM, hello.
Hey, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
You were talking yesterday about the Big 8. And, in a 40-year career in radio, that is the best radio station I ever worked at. I worked there during the Bill Hinnis, Byron McGregor.
Byron McGregor, all right.
Yeah, Byron McGregor, Brad Hudson, CKLW, all those guys.
Byron McGregor, CKLW 20 News.
20 News, right,
yeah,
exactly.
He was great.
And the thing about it was, the reason you could hear it all around the lake was because the radio actually ran out into the lake.
Right.
The property was on the edge of the lake, so that's why you got this horrendous daytime and nighttime signal around the thing. But it was the best, and I've been at KMOX. Those are all kinds of radio stations. Nothing ever beat the Big 8. You're absolutely correct. Greatest radio station.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Charlie Van Dyke Show.
CKLW. From Dallas.
How do you like that?
Yeah, from Dallas.
Right.
Charles Leo Stanley. Anyway, starting radio when he's 14 with those pipes. Can I make a shameless request?
Yes, sir.
The Shaq version, unless you've already played it, the Shaq version of Jimmy and Danny.
You got it.
Thank you.
See you, Pally. Say hi to Ted Davies. Bud Davies.
Absolutely correct.
Well, how can this? Oh, see that? That must be me. I must have put him on hold or something.
You locked it. No, you locked it. I got a little lock signal on my.
Okay, look, just relax, okay, Tommy. I realize that you're not ordinarily in there at
there. You go.
Just relax. God Almighty! Talk about. I think the food must have sent his blood sugar up to.
We had a lot of sugar in here, man.
Man, talk about wired. God, just relax. Everything's under control.
Okay.
141 at 560 WQM. Hey, for years I've been telling you if your mattress is done, if it's finished, and they don't last forever, even the good ones. Do the smart thing. Don't go rushing out there to your bedding and department stores and waste a lot of gas and time. Make that one easy call from right there on your ass. Call 1-800-MATTRESS. Because the folks at Dollar Mattress can deliver a brand new one to you in any 2-hour window that you choose, when it's convenient for you. They have knowledgeable bedding consultants and lots more. If you thought dialing 1-800-MATTRESS on the phone was easy, check out mattress.com online. Shop on the Wicked Web anytime, day or night, with product details, prices, and photos. And you can even check out online or call to place your order and schedule delivery, like I said, when it's convenient for you. Get factory direct prices lower than the chain stores, even their so-called during big sales. Plus, Dollar Mattress offers you 12 months financing, too. Dollar Mattress, you'll find the complete line of Sealy, Inserta, King Coil, Simmons Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns and Bananas Foster. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you get unbeatable prices on the best brands. They're ranked #1 in the world in customer satisfaction. So like I said, instead of schlepping all over town wasting that expensive gas and getting ripped off to boot, just sit there and make the one easy call. You could be sleeping like a baby as soon as tonight. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S because it stands for Eric Stahl.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM. The Big H Golden.
Jack, man. Jack. Jack.
WQAM alone.
Yeah,
Shaq. Rock. Look who's here. It's Shaq.
Hey, man, it's Shaq.
I don't care about any of you people. I just spend your money.
Shaq.
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 Yeah.
I love you.
Shaq.
You're my Nintendo man.
Now give me your money. I got $4 here.
That's some details too, folks.
Take all my credit cards.
You break the 50.
1,183 votes. We got 17 to go till 1,214 minutes. Think we can do that? What do you think, huh?
Oh, we're fine.
Yeah, I think we can do it. And if not, there's that Hermann Goering Rumsfeld there at the groundbreaking ceremony for the 9/11 memorial at the Pentagon. And every time I see him or I see the Bushmeister and anything about this war, and I keep thinking to myself about all the lies. You know, they've been outed. They've been dragged out of the closet kicking and screaming. Tommy Cruise may still be in there, but these guys are out. And they belong in federal prison, a whole bunch of them.
Yes.
For starting a war based on total lies. And then you look at the polls. Well, 53% of the public says it was a bad idea, and 47%. How can it be like not 98 to 2%? It makes no sense to me. But then again, you're dealing with, and then of course you see the interviews with these housewives in Crawford, Texas. You know, well, gee, he come by and he signed our thing for us, and he just, oh man. In the Brit newspaper, The Guardian, which occasionally tells a little bit too much of the truth, this is not a good way to end the show today. It's a very scary story. DNA sequences can form some of the most deadly pathogens known to man, and they can be bought over the Internet, The Guardian's discovered. An investigation which shows the ease with which terrorist organizations could obtain the basic ingredients of biological weapons, this newspaper obtained a short sequence of smallpox DNA. The deadly virus has existed only in laboratories since being eradicated from the world's population about 30 years ago. The DNA sequence of smallpox, as well as other potentially dangerous pathogens such as poliovirus and 1918 flu, are freely available in online public databases. So to build a virus from scratch, a terrorist would simply order consecutive lengths of DNA along the sequence and glue them together in the correct order. This is beyond the skills and the equipment of the kitchen chemist, but could be achieved by a well-funded terrorist with access to a basic lab and PhD-level personnel. One study estimated that because most people on the planet have no resistance to the extinct virus, an initial release which infected just 10 people would spread to 2.2 million people in 180 days. Or around the world in 180 days. The DNA sample we ordered had at our request 3 small modifications to render it harmless before it was sent by post to a residential address in London. The company has since conceded that it wasn't aware that it was sending out a sequence of modified smallpox DNA. There are legitimate reasons for researchers to buy lengths of DNA from pathogens, for example, in developing treatments or vaccines against them. However, because this industry is so new and unregulated, companies are selling custom-made DNA without making thorough checks on the identities of the people who are placing the orders or what the sequences are. Chaim Schmirl in the Bronx wants to order. No problem. Here you go, Chaim. Of the 4 main companies operating in the UK, none currently screens all their DNA orders. There are 39 companies operating in North America, and not all of them screen their orders. This is the most disturbing story I've heard for a long time, said MP Phil Willis, chairman of the Parliamentary Science and Technology Committee over there with the Brits. There is clearly a massive loophole which needs to be dealt with by regulation or legislation. Not that we want you to get nervous or anybody to get like panicky, anything like that. But, and of course, remember what the old cheesehead Tommy Thompson said, our former Secretary of HHS. Remember what he said?
What did he say?
That he was shocked that they haven't poisoned our food supply yet because it's so easy. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
This is also the same guy when he talked about the photographer from the Enquirer. Remember he died from the anthrax that came in the mail?
Yeah.
He said, well, he was an outdoorsman. He drank from a crick. He drank from a crick. Maybe he had a crick in his neck, and then he died. And speaking of Rumsfeld, you know what he died from, don't you, the guy at the Enquirer?
Anthrax.
That was it. How are we doing on that investigation, by the way? Got anybody, any persons of interest?
No.
After they trashed that one guy and destroyed his life, that person of interest. And how about Mullah Omar and Ayman the Pieman and Osama Yamama? Got any of them yet?
No.
But we got Al Zarqawi, baby. And the president made another one of those stirring photo ops over there the other day. Your draft-dodging president who didn't even finish his guard service. Somebody made a really good point the other day. None of these people, none of them, served in the military. Cheney, draft dodger. But the only one they had in the whole operation there was Roland Colin, and he sold out. You know, he sat there at the UN and held up that vial, speaking of all this stuff, and, just lied through his teeth. After originally saying to them, hey, he threw the script back to them and said, I'm not going to read this crap, and guess what he did? So I have a feeling, just like some other people we know, the reason that all of this stuff is going on is some people are being made an offer that they can't refuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, Donald Rumsfeld looks like Skeletor.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah. He just, if the Nazis wouldn't be proud of that piece of crap, I don't know who the hell would be. And there's another one. Every time he gets together with the media, has one of those press briefings, everything. You see, you people in the media, you're the ones responsible for those 2,500 deaths because they never could have pulled this crap off if it wouldn't have been for your compliance man bending over and dropping the body wash. That's what they do, man. The media, they bend over and drop. And that Rob Marciano, there are a lot of people who would like to buy him some body wash just in hopes that he might drop it. Haven't seen him today, with or without the clothes on. Oh, $11.95 plus tax. We're going to do it. Can you believe this?
Fantastic.
1,200 votes on this very marginal poll. I don't know. I didn't think this poll would go over this big. Of course, Man Coulter's on there. I should play that bit again where the balls are in the way.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
It's Dave in Miami town.
Yes.
At 560 WQAM.
It's been brought to my attention that your ratings are dying now. Well, I don't assure you what a big asset I was to you, and how. You thought you could find somebody good enough to fill my baggy pants? It ain't easy. There ain't no chance I'll ever be coming back. Outside of considering a lucrative contract. If you want to know what'll save you from shutting that transmitter down, why, that's easy. Sure.
All you need is more. All you need is more. All you need is a show.
Your old time slot's only got you today. I said my ratings have bottomed out in this tank. Which radio has a remoting duel for the gayest of the whores and sweetest.
All you need is more.
Now see here.
All you need is more. All you need is a show.
You find a way something.
Yeah?
Jack told me to give you this.
What?
See? What are you going to do, fire me, huh?
Like old times.
Hey, it's official, like I told you. President Bush today signed into law legislation that raises fines tenfold on radio and television broadcasters that violate U.S. decency standards by airing extensive profanity or sexual content. The new law, which boosts fines to as much as $325,000 per violation from $32,500, could help congressional Republicans woo conservatives in a tough election year as they faced ebbing support from key core constituencies. It's the goody two-shoes crowd, the hypocrites. The Christian Coalition had placed legislation to increase the fines as the number 5 item on the 2006 legislative agenda. The new law also caps any continuing violations from an incident at $3 million. Well, $3 million. What's $3 million to the Beasleys, right?
Right.
So I think tomorrow we'll start off by saying, and then we'll throw in a couple of those. What do you say? By the way, we did it 12:08, man. This is really great. Didn't I tell you they come through for us? 12:08, and you guys are welcome for a great lunch.
Bye, bye, bye.